Okay, we're live. I hope my camera settings are not the best quality, I must say. I wish I could play music. It would make this so much more entertaining, I feel like. And I hope my camera quality is okay, because I'm using my computer. Anyways, happy Friday. I figured, why not? Because I have a live sale tomorrow on Palmstreet, and I haven't done a single ounce of setup or behind the scenes action, I guess. So I figured while I am setting up, why not just try out YouTube Live? We'll see how it goes. So welcome in. Hello. I see there's 3 people. That's exciting. I hope everybody had a fantastic week this week. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone because I'm trying to get myself mentally prepared to do all of this behind the scenes stuff. Hopefully you can hear me. I guess that would be really awkward if you couldn't hear me and I'm just talking to myself. It looks like my mic is working, so hopefully you can hear me. Oops, hit a button. This is really weird. I'm used to going live on TikTok, and the back end of YouTube is way different compared to TikTok. Can y'all hear me okay? Is my mic okay? Like, is it loud enough? I know some of y'all might be watching on a TV, so am I TV famous? Anyways, as I was saying, I have my Palmstreet Live in the morning, and I have it set at 7. Yes, everything's good. Okay, thank you, Kylie. I appreciate it. And I have not done a single thing. I have stuff listed on Palmstreet, but I kind of want to retake all my photos, which is, I guess, like my toxic trait is that I'm never happy with my photography. So that's what we're working on, is counting inventory and basically working this out, because this is usually my backdrop behind my lives. So we're gonna get started, but this is what we're working with right now. So I have, oops, oh my gosh, everything on the screen is backwards. It's like I'm not even showing you the right thing, but this is what we're working with. So I just kind of need to go through all of this, make sure my inventory count is correct, and then I've been making a lot of new stuff this past week, so we're going to get that photographed and uploaded. Unfortunately, my phone is low on battery, so. And then after I do this, which I'm hoping it won't take me too terribly long, I think we're just going to sit and do a little crocheting because I have a lot of stuff I've got to get done. So this is the basket that we're working with, and y'all are going to see some stuff that has not debuted on my YouTube yet. It's coming up in my next video. So I guess the smart thing would actually be to clean up my background first, maybe. I'm gonna get my, I'm so all over the place. I really wish I could play music. It just feels so quiet. I don't know. But anyways, I usually kind of like take down some of the unnecessary stuff from my shelving back here, and then I put plushies and stuff behind me. And I actually have I'm gonna find a new home for that temporarily. I got these miniature crates from Michael's a little while ago. They were on like 70% off or something. I bought 3. So I'm kind of hoping to like get a little bit of a cool, cute little setup back here like I was at a real market. Oops, sorry. Rosie is also hanging out with us today. She's taking a little nappy nap on the floor underneath my feet. And if you don't know who Rosie is, that is the channel mascot. She she debuts in almost every video, but there she is, underfoot, taking a nap in one of the most inconvenient places. Hi, I was looking for something to listen. Oh, yay! Well, I appreciate you hanging out. I know. I love watching videos on YouTube while I'm working, but there's nothing quite like listening to somebody completely ramble on on a YouTube live. And I figured I wasn't really planning on going live on here to do this, but I figured why not? I've never gone live on YouTube before. I'm used to TikTok. I used to go live on TikTok a lot. Like I would go on 2 or 3 times a week, and then something happened to TikTok's algorithm and I just kind of gave up on it. So here we are. So I'm trying to decide, do I move the stuff on that side over there or not? I don't know. Alexa, delete notifications.
Okay, deleted your notifications.
Sorry, she was flashing and driving me crazy. If I set off your Alexas, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm thinking we might try to move. I might run a duster up here actually really quick. Oh gosh. I keep a duster permanently in my office because working with plush yarn, I feel like there's just fuzzies everywhere all the time. Stay. Okay. I think what I want to do is I want to move my lavender. Oh gosh. My lavender there, I think. So this stuff doesn't really matter if it gets seen or not, so I'm just going to push it to the side for now. I'm just over here waving my duster around. I'm trying a new pattern while I listen. It's a market bag with a fabric bottom and a mesh. Oh my gosh, I have seen those before and they're so cute. I really want to make some. I actually, funnily enough, when I don't know if my local Joann's is actually closed or not, but when they started like clearancing out stuff, I stocked up on fabric, even though I don't know what I'm going to use it for. So my idea was to make bags, like crochet bags. I'm working on one now, and I'm going to line it with fabric. But I bought matching like liner and outside fabrics, and I want to try making some zipper pouches for like crochet hooks and stuff. Like if you travel, I thought that would be kind of cute. But yeah, those I've seen. The little half and half crochet bags, and they're always adorable. I feel like there's so many like combination options with those too. Oh, I missed a spot. Rosie, I'm sorry. Don't grumble at me. You're in the way, you goofball. Oh, sorry. I just dropped the duster on her. My bad. Sorry. Okay, actually, Rosie, I'm sorry. You might need to move, my love. I'm sorry. You might need to move out of the way. You're brave with the zippers. I've never done it before, so don't call me brave. I've never done it. It intimidates me as well, which is why I've had a sewing machine for over a year now, and I've never used it. So if that if that tells you anything. Let me grab my other crate really quick. This is actually going to be a new setup for my lives too, which is kind of fun. I've never had crates in the background. Let's see. This is kind of like what they'll see. I feel like I need something over here. I just don't know what I would do because I don't have anything else at the moment. I'm trying to think if I have anything in the basement that I could use. Probably not. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay. So do y'all want to see what I've been working on this week? I don't know if you follow me over on Instagram or not, but I've been doing a series where, oh, now I'm cutting off the top of my head. I've been doing a series where I'm pattern stash busting. So I have a little jar. Let me grab it. I have this little container that has all of my unmade paid patterns, only paid patterns. It doesn't include any of the free ones that I have saved. And I've been like drawing them and then making the plushie. And it's also helping me stash bust my yarn too, which is really nice because I actually just got another delivery. I bought a bunch of yarn off of somebody and it just got delivered today and I had forgotten that I bought it. So, but these are the patterns that I've been making and they're coming out so cute. And obviously I'm going to be including them in my live tomorrow. But this is Stitching with Abby. This is one of her farm pack animals. There's fluff everywhere. And then what did I make next? Oh, this is Minnie's Crochet Friends hanging. I think this is the string of pearls. I actually made this one first. And then I loved it so much that I made a second one. So I have 2 for tomorrow. And then the next pattern was another Stitchin' with Abby pattern. It's the elephant from the Safari pack. I love this one. This one came out so stinking cute. Y'all, this camera is throwing me off because it's like flipped backwards. So I'm like trying to get used to using it. And then this is the most recent one that I made. This is the Karma Kitty, I believe, from Mama Made Minis. And it's adorable. So that's what I've been working on this week. But I don't know how I'm going to get photos of all this. Okay. Did I pull all of these out? I don't know. Oh, I do have the rainbow one listed. Good. Let's edit. And oh, it's already correct. That's good. And oh my gosh. It's been so long since I've done a live that I don't quite know what I'm doing. Oh gosh. Okay, I have rainbow. I think just rainbow and pink. Which I don't think I have pink even listed right now. Cool. First listing is done. Should I put these? I don't know. I don't know what to do. Like, part of me wants to go and get some of my market display stuff, but it's all the way in the garage, and I don't really feel like fighting with all that stuff out there. Okay. And I only have 2 of those. I thought, oh, I do have more, but they're not done. That's okay. The only thing about, okay, that's good enough for now. Should I do the loaf cats next? Oh, you know what? I deleted all of them because I sold out at my last market. That's why. I was thinking I could just edit. I have so many loaf cats. I'm a little crazy. I can't lie. I gotta come up with a better system. Sorry, this is so chaotic. I'm just gonna dump this out on the table. Okay. So I don't know if anybody in here has watched my last market recap, but I sold out of these guys. So I sat down the following week because I was supposed to have back-to-back markets, but the second one got canceled and it made me really sad. I mean, I'm kind of glad about it, but also really upset because it was my second best market last year after a Christmas market that I had that was really, really successful. And so I was kind of upset, but also glad because I was sold out of these, almost sold out of axolotls. I don't know. It was just a little crazy. So the following week, because the market didn't get canceled until the Friday before, and I went crazy on the loaf cats. I think I have 12 total, but I made some different colors this time too that I don't usually make. But I've got these two. The classic black, that was the first one to go at my market, so I made two this time. I really like using the speckled yarn for my loaf cats. I think I have these two and this one as well. So I like to use the depth. It's nice. And then orange, and I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. Let's get these listed. Two. And I'm just going to put extras to the side. I don't even know if these crates are really going to work, honestly. But we'll see. Can you even really see that from back there? Not really. Gosh, the perpetual problem with fluff everywhere. Oh. This lighting is really giving right now. I'm here for it. Hey, quit it. It's the other menace that lives in this house. I can't let her in here. She will steal my plushies. I think I only have one of those. Sorry, I know this isn't the most riveting content. Ow. Maybe I move further. What did I call the other one? Did I call that brown? I don't even remember. I did call it brown. Oh my gosh. This is why I really don't need to leave this kind of stuff till last minute, because I feel like I'm going to end up rushing through this. Although I'm not going to be loading everything, I don't think, that I have available. Mostly because I don't really have the time. But I am going to do like my Karma Kitty and then all of the stuff that I've been working on this week. Chubby birds, those are usually pretty good for me. Okay, last mini loaf cat. I have big loaf cats somewhere, but they're in a bag, I think. They're still packed from after all my markets. And then the extra. This is taking forever to post things. Request failed. Cool. Please post it. Being live is probably draining my computer or internet. Love that. Post it. Oh, there it goes. Finally. All right, Karma Kitty. I really need to go find my my mini lint rollers for this purpose. Should we do it like that way, maybe? Does anybody else make the knotted plushies and would mind sharing how much you charge for them? Just out of curiosity. I always struggle, like that's the one thing that I really struggle with is pricing. I think I might need to redo her nose. Her nose is looking a little. And then the elephant. The one thing about this elephant, I gave it purple eyes, and I'm a little worried that the purple eyes are going to be a hard sale. Because I have a black and white loaf cat that has purple eyes, and I've had it forever. Okay. I need my. Oh, wait, no, not. I don't. Hold on. I think I'm just going to take a picture of both of these and list them under the same. Oop, stop, Sam. Stop. All right, where can I put these? Ah, cute. No, not that one. That one can sit because it's getting covered. Okay. I need my next batch of stuff. Yeah. Should I do snugglers next? Is that the way I want to go with this? Oh, boy. Anyways, how was everybody's week? Did we have a good week? I'm going to go grab my next batch of stuff really quick. Wow, you're thinking about your response. Okay. Got them. A lot of these I think are already listed. So, but I'll show you guys what I'm taking. So, I went quite crazy on the Della Ducks before my last market, and I think I sold. I had 6 total. I had 2 of the like off-white cream color, 2 in the mallard, and then 2 in the yellow. And I think I sold a yellow one, and then I still have all of these 2 colors, I think. But I do know I only have the baby Dellas. Oh, I haven't had these in stock for a while. That could be why. So we're just going to do one at a time. Or do I do all 3? Ugh, chaos. I don't like making decisions. Like, even remotely. I'm just going to put quantity as 1 per right now because I don't remember which one I sold. I think that the yellow is probably one of my favorites. I don't know why. It's just so cute. Yesterday, trying to figure out why I'm until 6 for 9 months. Asthma, vocal cord dysfunction, chronic sinuses. Had second sinus, but I found out yesterday wasn't actually the solution. Oh my gosh, that is so frustrating. And I know sinus is sinus surgery the one where they like pack your nose and it's like extremely painful too? And you had to go through that twice? Like, oh my gosh. That does not sound fun at all. I'm so sorry. Hi, Shannon. Welcome in. Happy Friday. Hi, Marie. I am well. Thank you for asking. I hope you're well as well. Hello, friends. Oh my gosh. Hi, Carrie. They did a lot of stuff. The cut tissue and used a balloon. Oh my gosh, that sounds so painful. I am a big baby when it comes to being like sick and just I don't know. I've never had to have surgery. I've never had anything. All good things on a night shift in the UK. Wow. I don't know how my fiance does like rotating and you're awake. Oh, absolutely not. I'd be like, nah. Absolutely not. My fiance's on rotating nights to days, like 2 weeks on nights, 2 weeks on days. I don't know how people do night shift. I am a morning girly. Like I wake up super early. I love my morning time, my coffee, my crochet, a book. Like, oh, I couldn't do night shift. Yeah, I could not be awake for that. Forget it. Just like chop the whole nose off. I'll be fine. I'm a morning person too. Yeah. I don't know what it is about the mornings. Can we have a 5:38? Absolutely. Are you kidding me? I would love to do an early morning live crochet sesh. I hate mornings. I mainly do nights. Okay, fair enough. I feel like there's two types of people, day and night. Just I had that procedure. Painful but worth it. Yeah, it wasn't a good time. Oh man, that just sounds I can't do it. I would love to be a morning person, but my husband's schedule is evening, so we go to bed at 4. Hi! Hello! Is it like early in the morning for you? Is it okay? How do you pronounce your name? Is it Tarsh? Is that right? I think it's totally fair. Like, if you're trying to like sync up with your partner who's on a weird schedule, I think that's totally valid. You get more done at night. See, that's so fascinating. I'm way more productive in the mornings. Like, by the time I hit like 2 or 3 o'clock, like, you can pretty much count me out. 11:30 Saturday. That is like so insane to me. How's the future? That is like crazy to wrap my brain around. Like time zones are bizarre. Like I'm actually speaking of the UK, I'm actually going to be in the UK. Your future looks bright. Thank you. Do I win the lottery tomorrow? She's in New Zealand. But anyways, I'm going to be in the UK actually in September. For my family is actually from the UK, and my cousin's getting married, and we've all been invited to the wedding, so we're going to be there. And I just know that that time zone change is going to kill me because I think that's I don't know if I can't remember if it's at 5 hours now or if it's 6 hours. I can't remember which one. You went in high school, so I'm so jealous. I want to go so bad. Oh, you know I'm gonna be looking you up when I come to New Zealand. Okay, let's see which ones I have here. I can't believe I don't have the unicorns in there, so. Honestly, so we're going out of town next Saturday. We're going to Maine for a week for the holiday week. So this weekend is really just kind of like catching up on stuff that I neglected because of all the crazy market prepping I've been doing. And I have a Palmstreet live in the morning at 7 a.m. for those early birds. So I'm hoping that's gonna be my main money. So I'm hoping it goes well. Tarsh, does it look good for me tomorrow? Oh gosh. Can you tell I'm a little delusional today? Why are none of these listed? This is going to annoy me. Okay, this one's in there. But yeah, aside from that, I had to cut the grass today. Miserable. It was like 88 degrees, hot, muggy, and gross. I never want to do it again. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of just kind of general like cleanup after my live tomorrow. Almost winter here. See, I like it colder. I am a cold weather girly. Well, I say cold. I don't want it to be like turn into an icicle as soon as I walk out the door, but I prefer cooler weather. But here in Alabama, we have summer, light summer, and then a week of winter, and that's about it. So basically, it's like from Christine, hi. Oh, thank you, Tarsh. I appreciate it. Hopefully it goes well. Laughs in Central Florida. Okay. All right, listen. Just opened my main page and had to run over. Hello. Thanks for popping in. I'm trying to get ready for my Palmstreet live tomorrow. So I figured why not just try going live on YouTube since I've never done it before. This is driving me crazy. I don't know why half of my listings are missing. Oops. It's supposed to be 90 in North Carolina. Human flying out to Boston to have fun. What's the weather like in Boston? We almost were going to do Boston when we go to Maine next weekend. We were going to do like half the trip in Maine and half the trip in Boston, but then we nixed that idea because there's so much to do in Maine. It always confuses me with Fair enough. If I could do the conversion, like if you had talked to me when I was in college, because I was an engineering major, I could do the conversions in my head pretty quickly. 70s, but rainy. That's not that bad though. But I have no idea what that conversion would be. Because I know 0 is obviously 32 degrees Fahrenheit, but beyond that, got nothing. Or 212 degrees Fahrenheit is 100 degrees Celsius. But that's all I got. I'm in Western Mass, like 2 hours from Boston. Can't do that. Boss is in Ireland, and whenever he tells me the temp, I just smile and nod. Oh, that must be so nice. I know. I'm like trying to hold off on looking at the weather in Maine for our trip. Um, but I'm excited. I'm really hoping the weather's going to be good. But I'm trying to put off looking because I just lost. Oh my gosh. Maine will be amazing again compared to North Carolina. I'm used to it. It's so humid today. I don't know if you caught what I was saying, but I had to cut the grass today, and we have almost an acre of property, and right now our riding lawnmower is broken down. So we have to push mow, and I told my fiance, I was like, I am absolutely not doing the back. I'll do the front. But even being out there for like half an hour, I was like basically drowning. 12 degrees Celsius here. So, all right, hold on. I'm looking this up because I'm curious. What is 12 degrees? 12, 54 degrees Fahrenheit. That sounds perfect to me. That's like my perfect kind of weather right there. I am a civil engineer. I work in transportation, so I design roads. Really fun stuff. We just keep up with the front to avoid getting a fine. See, we're fortunate. We don't have an HOA, but my neighbor next door is this old man, and he mows his lawn twice a week. And if we let ours grow too long, he'd be like, "Oh, y'all have been super busy to get your yard cut, haven't you?" Like, so he kind of like does this subtle nod, like, "Hey, you need to cut your grass." We live in city limits. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, we're rural. We're in a little neighborhood, but it's neighborhoods full of like large property. We were really, 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 really lucky with the house that we got because I think it's like 0.72 acres and it's fully fenced. So our dogs are in absolute heaven here. But we are trying to potentially move. My husband did the writing. Normally I like to do that, but I had too much to do before I left, so I made him. Fair enough. Add 10 degrees, so like 65-ish. Yeah, I would say like anywhere from like 60 to 70 is like ideal for me. Oh no, I am not from Alabama. I'm actually from the UK, but you won't hear that accent either. California Bay Area every day was like, oh, that sounds perfect. But no, I'm from the UK, and we lived in Connecticut for a while, and then they live in Atlanta now, like north of Atlanta is where my parents are. And I went to Alabama for school, University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa for school, and I just kind of stayed here in Alabama. I did mention it because it's been a pain in the rear end to get my hi Elizabeth, thank you so much. Welcome in. It's been a pain in the rear end trying to get my passport because my passport expired, and obviously going to the UK in September, I need a passport. So it's just been kind of a nightmare. So I'm sure I've mentioned it a couple times. I am from Surrey, south of London. And my family they're kind of all over the place. They're in Dorking, Surrey, Leatherhead. I'm trying to think. We were from, because you mentioned in a video you weren't from the US. Yes. Yep. The UK. I'm a UK girly. Will you pick up the app? Probably. I do tend to pick up, I can really pick up on accents fairly easily. I went to, where was I? Wisconsin, I think. I don't know if you've ever heard or if anybody in here is from Wisconsin. Y'all have some weird accents. But I started saying very specific words with the accent. I think one of them is it bag? I think that's one. Egg. Like just like weird words like that, like just totally random in a conversation. All of a sudden it'll come out. But I am very susceptible to the British accent. Wisconsin accents are fun. Yeah, they're entertaining, but I was there my best friend moved to Wisconsin after high school, so I went up there for Thanksgiving one year, and it was fun hanging out with her friends. Okay, y'all quit distracting me. What am I good from the spoon? I wouldn't even know where to start. That drives me nuts. It's bag. Like a sheep. Just a sidebar. The Boston accents too. They're all fun. They're all funny. Yeah. It's very enjoyable. See, I knew they were listed. Why was it not pulling up? That's so annoying. Okay. Yeah, it's tomorrow morning. So I'm a little I procrastinated doing this part. How are you liking Palmstreet? Honestly, I have mixed feelings every time I get on Palmstreet, and I mean that's just kind of like my honest opinion. I watch Morgan LA Crochet's Palmstreet lives every so often, and I mean her lives are insane. I mean it's just like constant, like go go go. There's people in the chat. Just I mean you can't even keep up with the chat because people are just sending messages. So for like her lives are crazy, and I recognize like I want to acknowledge the fact that a lot of the people that shop from her are also following her on YouTube and social media. So I do think she gets a lot of I don't I mean she's very talented. I'm not saying that she doesn't deserve the success. But there is there's a benefit to having a good social media following. And I do think that a lot of it comes from that social media following. But like I said, she's very talented. She's extremely entertaining. I love watching her videos. She cracks me up. So I personally am a very small account. I don't have a social media following. Yeah, that's what I wondered in response to the drive behind. Yeah, well, it sounded to me, I think recently in one of her videos, I think was it her last one, she said that Palmstreet actually approached her to join and start selling on there, and she originally turned it down. And then she decided like, actually, I want to try this. I'm not gonna lie, I love the community on there. I've met some really, really wonderful people, and I've made quite a few sales. Thank you so much, Marie. I really appreciate you stopping in. Yes, I would agree you do have to bring your own audience. There's not a lot of organic traffic. Now, I will say the one thing that I have noticed is because the community is so small, like the crochet community, as far as people that are actually selling, I think that right now is a good time to try and get in on it because you can build your following on Palmstreet, build your, I guess, reputation, and hopefully it'll grow from there. And then as more people that crochet or that are in your niche join Palmstreet, they also bring their customers with them too. So you can kind of take advantage of being a bigger seller in a smaller, like a big fish in a small pond, if that makes sense. So I think it's worth trying it. I have not had, I think my best live was the last one that I did. I can't even remember. I mentioned it in one of my last videos, but I doubled what I usually do. But usually on average, I'm doing about $100 to $150 per live. So, all right, let me catch up. Hold on. Pause. Wasn't alive, and it's a lot of crocheters. Yeah, it is a lot of crocheters purchasing. And I love the fact that they're being super supportive, but I also don't really feel like it's a very realistic view of how Palmstreet actually is, if that makes sense. My challenge with having my own Shopify. I appreciate the lower fees, but there's something to be said about having an Etsy. Yep. And that was one I did a Etsy versus Shopify video. I think, oh gosh, was it the beginning of this year? It's January or February. I don't remember at the minute. But one of the benefits of Etsy is that they've already got the built-in customer base that are already primed to pay a premium for handmade product. They understand that it's going to take a while to ship. They understand that they're buying from small businesses, blah, blah, blah. Whereas with Shopify, you really do have to generate your own traffic, your own sales. I've had a Shopify since the summer of last year, and I very rarely make enough money to pay for the monthly fee on Shopify at the moment. Granted, I am not the best at advertising and marketing, so I don't know that I'm really the best example of like Shopify, but I like that point, but is it like doing lives? I still am not comfortable with going live. Yeah, it is. I do think like I have way more success when I'm physically live on the camera. They do have a purge option, which is not like you are not physically on camera, but you basically set up your shop and have your listings in your purge, and then people can just jump in, scroll through your listings, and then jump out. But I will say the smaller accounts that I see that do the purges that don't have very many followers rarely ever sell anything. I have sold, the last purge I did was maybe a month or so ago, and I did $100 in the purge, but it was only because I had a custom listing up and somebody wanted 2 of that custom listing. So I prefer watching content like yours rather than I mean X in sales. I like market prep through to results, not just an auction vlog. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm the same way. I don't like consuming content where people are just trying to sell stuff. And that was a big reason why I stopped really getting on TikTok, was because every time I got on TikTok, if you mention a brand, I mean, this was my personal experience. I used to get 100 people in my lives on TikTok, and it was fantastic. It was a good time. I started going live in March last year, and I stopped in about July. And I think in that span, I got 5,000 followers or so from just going live. I went from 2,000 to, I think I'm at like, I don't know. Hold on. Let me turn my volume down because I don't want to get copyrighted. I'm at 6,900. I was over 7,000, but I think it's like as accounts get deleted and stuff, that number has gone down. But I grew exponentially when I was going live on TikTok, and then when they really started pushing all of the TikTok shop stuff, it was like every time I said a brand name, it would either mute me or it would hide my content because it kept saying I was like advertising for a business. I don't know. It was such a nightmare. And now it's like every other video you scroll through on TikTok is somebody trying to sell you something. And I'm like, please stop. Like, where is COVID TikTok. Like, where did COVID TikTok go? When it was like dancing and funny videos and people just acting like fools on camera. Like, stop trying to sell stuff to me. It just drives me crazy. I'm all set up. I just need to schedule a live when I don't have a market. Oh, that's exciting. Please message me on maybe Instagram and tell me when you're going live. If you're following me on Instagram or even on Palmstreet, just message me and tell me, and I will pop in if I can and at least chat with you, because that makes things a lot easier, is when you have at least one person talking to you. It makes it a little less awkward. For one of my next videos, Etsy and Shopify, I just have to edit it before I hop on the plane tomorrow. I've got to get 2 YouTube videos edited before we go to Maine. I'm like stressed about it. So my 3-month trial for Shopify, but I'm really waffling on moving it all over to Etsy because I'm impatient. I honestly don't blame you. I mean, Etsy is like my bread and butter. Oh, hi. Your username is different. Well, perfect. Yeah, please let me know when you go live, and I will do my best to at least pop in and hang out for a little while. It does seem like it would be a consistency thing. Yeah, I would agree completely. My biggest tip is to have oh, thank you. I appreciate that. But my biggest tip for Palmstreet is when you go live on Palmstreet, have another show scheduled. Even if you have to move it and reschedule it, have it scheduled so that while you're live, you can physically tell people, "Hey, go bookmark my next show," and that will help kind of grow your thing. Like any social media, you have to slowly grow it. Yeah. Hi, Destiny. Honestly, I hate social media. I absolutely cannot stand it. It is like the bane of my existence. The only reason I'm on social media is for my business. Oh, ask me any question. I mean, you guys know I'm an open book. I don't really care. I think there's enough room for everybody. So if you have any specific questions, please ask. Try and promote your Palmstreet at my market next week. Yeah, that could be a good idea too. My phone was dead and I was watching silently. Well, I appreciate you. I don't have a TikTok. Just wasn't a fan. The only reason I've considered it. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I watch people like Crochet by Jenna and Crochet Grove. Like, they all kill it on TikTok, and it makes me supremely jealous. But I rarely ever get on TikTok at all anymore, even just to like scroll through. I don't know. It's just like it just seems kind of not toxic next. I mean, it does kind of give off toxic vibes, but I deleted Facebook. See, that's so interesting. I don't think I've gotten any of that. I actually had more scammers on Instagram than I had on Facebook. This is a hard question, but how do you determine or create your brand or style? Ooh. That's a fantastic question. I'm trying to think of like how I did mine. I think like for me, I still feel like I'm kind of working out my brand as a whole. Um and I'm always switching up I'm always switching up my brand colors. I started out so to come up with my business name, I literally just did a brain dump of just words. I was just trying to come up with something like cute and catchy and something really easy to remember. So I was just writing things down. I was like, okay, what is related to crocheting or like crafting? And I was like, okay, what's related to stuffed animals? And then I think one of my friends actually suggested my business name to me. She was like, "Well, what about Safari Stitches?" And I was like, "Oh my god, that's actually really, really cute." Like, it rolls off the tongue really easily. It's super easy to remember. It's catchy. And elephants are my favorite animal. So I was like, well, safari goes with elephants. So it just kind of it just, like, clicked for me, I think, and then as for the colors and, like, building my brand as a whole, I kind of started with a more earthy theme because I am very much so a muted, like, I guess fall toned, like, I love rusts, I love greens, I mean, most of the crap I make, well, I don't have anything behind me, but I don't know. I just, like, really gravitate more towards, like, browns and dark oranges, dark greens, dark blues, yeah, very fall tone. So that's kind of what I started with. I went with, like, a sage green and then, like, had some light tan colors, and I just kind of built it from there, but I've actually recently become a pink girl. So I have actually changed things up a little bit. My website's pink, my branding is light pink. So I've kind of done almost a complete 180 on my branding. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why, but I feel like it's kind of I I'm a mood crocheter as well, so I'm constantly changing my opinion about everything. Like, I'm halfway through projects and I'm like, I really don't want to make this anymore. So it'll get set to the side. Um, but anyways, yeah, I don't really know other than like just kind of creating something and then start using it and just kind of feel it out and then just slowly start to change one thing. And that would be my suggestion if you're struggling trying to kind of like build your brand as a whole. Okay, TikTok is the only social media. Hi, Christy, welcome in. Only social media I'm actually seeing progress on. Yeah, I mean, TikTok was fantastic for me for a while. I was really, really upset when it started to go downhill for me, but I went from having like 100 to 150 people in every live down to like 20, and I was just like, "What is going on?" And it was because I kept getting hidden by TikTok, so people couldn't see me. Not calling users of it, but that's the impression I've gotten from it. Oh, what did you superficial? Yeah. No, I agree, and I mean, it's like the age-old saying, it's like, what you see on social media is people's best foot forward, like, you don't know what's going on behind the photos, and I've even seen some content creators say, like, "This is what you see in the background," but then look, I mean, I'll be honest with you guys right now. Oh gosh, hold on. I mean, look at the chaos. Like, that's my life. That's, like, real life right there, you know? But social media gets to see the pretty, colorful, organized yarn wall, but the rest of it around me is driving me nuts, so. When did you first start to crochet, and what did you make? I started during COVID, 2020, and I can actually show you what I made first. I can go get it. It's in the closet in the other room. Elephants are my favorite animal. It's my oh, how fun! I love that. I love pink now that I'm in my 40s. Someone asked me to do a video on tips for organizing my craft room. I'm like, you don't want to go to me for tips on that. Same though. Like, if you want color organization, I got you. Like, I just got a new shipment of Premiere and I put it all away and it's all just like so nice and pretty. It's like, but that's literally it. That's all you get. Like, I've been reorganizing my office for 6 months now. I'm gonna go grab my first crochet project really quick, and I'm also gonna grab a chair because clearly this is not gonna happen tonight. Mine is don't lower the camera angle. I'm telling you, I feel like we would be very dangerous if we lived close together. One of the reasons I don't have a YouTube channel it's intending to do is because I have an ugly crochet space and nowhere to film it. I totally understand that. I do. I'm extremely, extremely fortunate with the space that I have, but I abuse the space. All right, let me go grab a chair and my hold on. got a chair. Oh, breaking. I'm knocking everything over. It's fine. Okay. I'm back. Hold on. I think the lighting is probably going to start to deteriorate here shortly, so I'm going to have to turn on the terrible overhead lighting. Okay, so this is the first thing I ever finished. This is the Mom Stitchetti cow pattern. He's severely understuffed. I did this leg bigger than the other leg, and his eyes are way too tiny. But that is the first thing I ever finished. Ouch. I'm very self-conscious about the mess of my office. Girl, relatable. Honestly, at this point, I'm just kind of like, you know what? I mean, listen, this is embarrassing. I don't know if y'all can even tell because the camera quality is not great. But do you see this door? It's absolutely wrecked because my dog got stuck in here one day while we were not home and panicked. I just try to get at least one spot that doesn't look as insane. True. Who do videos in small, busy space, and I think it's great to see how they make it work for their business. I know. Are you making a chair cover? Honestly, that's not a bad idea. Oh, well, when I say this is the first make, this is the first make that I finished. Let's be clear. I started crocheting 11 months ago. My first project was a granny square bag. I did like 3 different square patterns. Oh, fun! I haven't used that yarn. I've seen people go crazy over that yarn, and crazy not in a good way because it never matches up the way it's supposed to from what I've seen. Okay. I'm at the very least going to carry on. Definitely wouldn't recommend it for any beginner because it was not that fun. Fair enough. Okay, and now I have those two and that and these. What are you prepping? So right now I'm just trying to get stuff listed to my live sale because I literally have done absolutely nothing. So that's kind of been my priority at the moment is just trying to get everything at the very least up there. And then I just listed everything that's back here. So like I restocked these mini loaves. That's a Karma Kitty by Mama Made Minis. And then there's a couple of other things up there. So we just got those listed. Honestly, I am probably not going to make anything specifically for Palmstreet this time around. The reason being it's 7:00 and I'm trying not to stress myself out about things. Whether or not I'm successful at that is to be determined. I have a Palmstreet live tomorrow. I am currently at the moment I'm done with markets until I think October at the current moment, but I am considering I might pick up a market in June. So right now I'm kind of just focusing mostly on online stuff. So Palmstreet is probably going to be a pretty big focus for me, trying to grow that, and then Etsy and my website and patterns. I really, really want to focus a lot on writing patterns this year. So, but I had a market, gosh, it was the last weekend in April. Yeah. What made me start YouTube? Um, so I have another side hustle, and I don't think I've mentioned this on YouTube yet, but I have another online side hustle that I do. I resell. So basically I buy things at thrift stores and I flip them for money. And so I consumed a lot of content related to that. Wow, the quality of this video has gone down quite a lot with the lighting. Um, so I consumed a lot of content with that, and I was going to start a YouTube focusing mostly on that side hustle. And then obviously I picked up crochet, but I didn't really get into watching people on YouTube with crochet until last year. And it's just been something that I've wanted to do for a while, but I've been terrified to kind of put stuff out there permanently on the internet. But then one day I just kind of sat down and I was like, you know what? Who really cares? Because I am not the type of person obviously when I post things on social media, I want it to look good. But at the end of the day, I try to be as authentic to myself as I possibly can be. And the people that enjoy that kind of stuff or enjoy me, um, they enjoy the content. And I just kind of pushed myself past the thought of being nervous. Like even coming live tonight, I was kind of like, oh man, but I used to go live all the time on TikTok and it was fine. I never had any problems whatsoever. So I don't know why I got a little nervous before getting on here. I can't lie. My favorite pattern. Oh no, don't ask me that question. What is my favorite pattern? Honestly, I have a very, very special place in my heart making snugglers. So really any snuggler pattern I love. I love making snugglers. And I mostly make Mama Made Minis snuggler patterns. My Palmstreet game plan. That's a good question as well. I wanted to do like every other weekend. My plan was to do one in-person market and then 2 weeks later do an online market and do like a market every 2 weeks essentially. That I don't think is realistic for me if I also want to focus on just online stuff in general. So I don't know. It's kind of up in the air, but I'm thinking like at least once a month, maybe every 3 weeks. That's kind of what I'm leaning to right now. Need to publish some patterns. I have so many I've written, but no audience, and I'm burnt out with social media for my full time. Yeah, honestly, I can't lie. My rhino pattern that I just released, like, 3 weeks ago now, that's my most successful pattern, and I've sold, oh gosh, maybe 20 copies of it. And that's more than the total I've sold of all my other patterns, if that makes sense. So out of all of the patterns I have and all the copies I've sold of my other patterns, I've sold more of that rhino than I have the other ones. So I've had a lot of duds. Hi, Sarah. You inspired me to start YouTube. Oh, yay. I didn't know you were on YouTube. I'll have to find you. Obviously you're on YouTube because you're on my live right now, but I didn't realize you were making videos. I love that so much though. How many whips do you have? Lower your voice. Um, let's see. Let me see if I can count. I have 12 tulips that are in progress. Did I finish the roses? I didn't quite finish my roses. Um, I have maybe like 5 roses left to finish. I have 4 bees on my whip cart at the moment. I'm in the middle of another knotted plushie by Mama Made Minis. I have a blanket going. I have 2 sets of fins for turtles that are in a box over here. I have a swinging bee that still needs a swing. I have a lot. For an extended period of time, I'm not sure when I'm coming back to Georgia. I'll be there on next Friday, but we go out of town. We're flying out of Atlanta on Saturday. So we're staying at my parents' Friday night. But I don't know when I'll be back for a weekend in Georgia. I was just there for like Mother's Day weekend. Because my brother graduated as well. And then it was my sister's birthday and then Mother's Day. May is such a busy time of year for me. It's crazy. Okay. I'm done with the Palmstreet Live stuff for right now. I need to do something with this. Oh, I also have this guy. This is a whip too that I've like really, really, really set on the back burner. Good old Nessie. But she got dragged across the floor, so her ears are extremely dirty, and I need to cut them off and redo them. But yeah, this is another whip. She's just like crammed underneath my table. I'm trying to think of what else. I don't think I have anything back here that's in progress. Oh, I have 2. Hold on. I have 2 Granny the Hexie cardigans. I have 2 of those that need to be finished, and I have a Granny Square cardigan that needs to be finished too. Do you enjoy cooking? I love baking. I just recently got into sourdough. So I have 2 sourdough starters. One is named Double Dough 7 because I started it from scratch and it was undercover for the longest time and would not rise. And then the other one is I want to say it was 220-year-old starter that I got off of Etsy. And I named that one Becky with the Big Bubbles. I'm starting the Haven pattern tomorrow. Yay! I know. I can't believe was it Mindy that already finished hers? Like, girl cranked it. Yeah, she already sent pictures of hers. I was like, what in the world? No, don't start sourdough. I'm just gonna tell you right now, just don't do it. It's like having an extra child. Don't do it. Find somebody that already does it and buy bread from them. I have made some really pretty loaves though. Well, I say really pretty loaves. I've made 2 that were actually really decent. One of them tasted good. The other one was not good. I'm gonna see if I could find a picture. Yeah. This was the one that came out really yummy. That was the first successful loaf that was, like, successful all around. The rest of them came out pretty, but they didn't really look good. The other one, I made sourdough. It's chocolate chip banana bread. Oh my gosh, y'all. That was to die for. So good. And we made sourdough pizza. I'm trying to think, what else did we make? But yeah, don't get into sourdough. I'm just gonna tell you right now. All right, I'm gonna flip the lighting around here really quick so that maybe it'll improve. Maybe it'll get worse. I don't really know. It's up in the air. We'll see. It's gonna get really dark for just a second. We could have like oh my gosh, it is really dark. We could have like a spooky crochet session with like scary stories. Hi, Debbie. How are you? Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. I'd love to do YouTube, but I always think I'm too old. You're not too old. No, I think it would actually be really interesting because, and hear me out here. I feel like seeing the perspective of people all over the world, not necessarily just all over the country. You need a flashlight. I could have used my phone. That would have been funny. I don't know. It's just very interesting to me because I feel very like small-minded because I'm in the US and we're extremely fortunate here. We've got craft stores on every corner. Crochet horror stories. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? That'd be so fun. Pack my order. Yes, girl. I'm so excited for those safety eyes. I can't lie. I'm excited. But I hope you have a good trip. What was I talking about? I lost my train of thought. Oh, I feel like living in the US and being fortunate. I mean, obviously Joann's was like a knife to the gut. That closing down, that kind of threw a wrench into my business pretty much. But I feel like I've always been very fortunate to have access to things for cheaper prices. So I feel like a perspective from somebody across the pond would be very interesting to me. I don't know. I don't think I follow anybody on YouTube that isn't from either Canada or the US. $8.20? That's more than double. That's insane. Do you really? That is crazy. That's nuts. You know what we could do right now? Do y'all want to unbox a yarn haul with me? Should we do that? I keep forgetting it's sitting on my front porch. I need to bring it in. Let's do it. Let's do it. I love unboxing yarn. Hold on. It's not really that exciting, but okay. I got it. So it's not that exciting because it was somebody was destashing their yarn that they don't use. So I bought the whole thing from her. Let's see. The burnout blanket is $21.99. Wait, what size is that? Hold on. What did you say? 300 grams? Wait. Let me see. Yeah, that's this one. That you pay $22 for that? I would cry. I would cry. I just got this from Yarn Inspirations. They were having a sale, and I think I paid less than $10 a scan. Oh my gosh, that would be so hard. Do you do markets or anything, or do you just kind of crochet for fun? Like, I'm genuinely curious. Okay. So y'all have like a market scene in New Zealand like we do here. That's so cool. I don't know, that's just so fascinating to me. I love talking about like culture and religion and all that kind of stuff. It's just so fascinating to me. All right. Anyways, as I was saying, nowhere near as big. Well, I have some small markets. But I bet it's fun. Like, it's kind of like, I don't know. I just feel like the vibes. I don't know. I'll have to plan accordingly so I can go to some markets if I ever come to New Zealand. All right, let me grab some scissors. But anyways, so she was just like cleaning out yarn that she didn't use, so I just bought the whole thing from her. And this week I got a box from Premier and I got a box from Yarn Inspirations. So handmade goods, knitting, and crochet is highly undervalued here. Really? I wonder why. That's interesting. Because you would think, y'all have a bunch of sheep, don't you? So I feel like the yarn quality there is probably pretty high. And expensive, obviously. We'll start with the small box first. This is not going to work. Hold on. I don't have enough space on this table. I'm making my mat dirty. All our good stuff goes overseas. Fair enough. Fair enough. I know. I followed a girl on TikTok. She I can't think of her name off the top of my head right now, but I thought I had her book down here, but I don't. Do you have to test your plushies? Ooh, that's a good question. Yeah, the UK is crazy. They're strict over there. I mean, technically, I think for legal reasons in the US, you're really supposed to, but I don't. I mean, I test the safety eyes when I put them in, but beyond that, I don't test my plushies. Hey! Quit it. You can't come in here. Oh, I didn't split it down the middle. I don't think these scissors are gonna work. Oh. Oh, Lord. I didn't grab the right scissors for this. I have mixed feelings about gluing the safety eyes. I think glued safety eyes are really easy to pull out of a plushie, but if you like glue it and then put the back on, I think that's fine. But I think gluing them, like I would not feel personally comfortable selling a plushie that had glued safety eyes. If I did that, I would obviously have a sign on it like not for kids under 3, like safety eyes are glued, they're not super secure, which I feel like something that's labeled like that wouldn't sell here. if that makes sense. But I mean, if that's something that people do, I mean, it's just kind of like a personal preference for me. I personally wouldn't be comfortable gluing safety eyes. Okay. So I will preface this by saying that all of this yarn is from Michael's, I believe. I don't think there was anything else in here. But if you've been shopping at Michael's recently, the quality of their Sweet Snuggles has gone so far down. I can't buy it anymore. So when she posted it, I could tell it was the good stuff. So I bought it all. We don't have to test them here. Most markets are 10 to 50, and most people selling at market are interesting. Okay, so off the top, and I don't remember what colors are in this box, but we're going to discover it together, and I have nowhere to put any of this stuff, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's fine. Okay, so this is Blue Shadow, and it's Sweet Snuggles Light, I believe, or is it Chenille Home? Nope, this is Chenille Home Slim. I'm sorry, the lighting is not great after dark here. So you're just gonna have to put up with it. And then, is this the same color? I don't think so. This is Country Blue. Country Blue. I mean, I would offer to buy you yarn, but I don't know that in the end it would be worth it because the shipping cost from here to there would probably just equal out. Guess your next purchase. I don't have any space for more shelving. I wish I did, though. That's a really nice thought. But my Sweet Snuggles is down. This here is all my Sweet Snuggles and Chenille Home Slim. And then I've got here over is Parfait Chunky. Here is Basic Chenille all the way across. And then behind me, the back is all Burnett Blanket. Right, I know. I love Sweet Snuggles Light, and when the quality went downhill, I was like, oh my gosh, I was using it so sparingly because I didn't want to go through it all and run out of my favorite colors. All right, this next one is Navy Tweed. Shipping and tax doubles the order, but still cheaper than buying from one online shop here. Well, I'm offering, if you would like me to get you yarn, I'm happy to do so. Obviously, I don't have a good source for Burnett Blanket anymore because Joann's, but Walmart typically sells a decent selection if you're looking for specific colors. But I use Pirate Ship for shipping, and their international rates are usually cheaper than hold on, I can tell you. Hold on. Sorry. I'm looking up their international. So their international rates, it's still kind of expensive. 4 pounds is $38 to ship. So I don't know if that would even really be worth it. But I am offering if you would like me to. They do have small color options compared to Premiere, but I really don't like ordering your online. So now I'm a Burnett girly. Yeah. Thank you so much for stopping in, Margaret. I really appreciate it. See, I've looked at Burnett on Amazon, and it's always almost full price. So it's so expensive. I hate it. We will just organize a shipping container. Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding? I would love to fill a shipping container full of yarn. That'd be so funny. That would be great YouTube content. Yeah, I will agree that Michael's has a smaller selection. We have an Ollie's, but I've never been able to find yarn at our Ollie's, ever. Not a once. My Michaels is garbage for burlap blanket. It has like 2 stacks of their shelves that has burlap, and it's usually always like cream and 7 shades of gray. I always price based off of that as well. I just hate paying close to full price for yarn. Found some Abernathy recently at the Ollie's in Canton. Dang, maybe I need to go check out our Ollie's again. This one is so soft. This is, let's see. This is Grapes Dot. You should sign up for Ollie's. Oh, they have a newsletter? Oh, I'll be signing up for that for sure. I'm just filling up this basket full. See, now this one no, it still has really good texture to it. This is Petrol Blue. 3 Ollies. Dang, okay. Pop off. We only have one, at least that I know of. Agave. This is one of my favorite colors, agave green. I love this color. The shade is fantastic. My formula for pricing plushies at a market. So I charge for my time for most of my projects. So I try to time myself, and I usually round to the closest like quarter hour. So like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45, or an hour. And then obviously I factor in my cost of goods. So I do work out, like I will weigh my skein of yarn before I start crocheting, and then I weigh it when I'm done crocheting, and I get the weight of the yarn, and then I'll weigh the plushie and get the weight of the stuffing. And then if I use safety eyes, I'll get like my cost for the safety eyes, and I use that as my cost of goods. So I include that. And then I usually, after I get that price, I will mark it up 20 to 50% depending on the item. All right, there's 2 partial skeins of this one. This is, oh my gosh, Carnival Multi. This one's really fun. I made a little mini dragon out of this once, and it was so cute. Y'all, this is like Christmas morning. I'm excited. All right, I've got this very, very dark green, which is nice. Oh, she has it here. She's so organized. This is Kombu green. I don't know what that means. Kombu green, I think. It looks like she stuck all of the greens in here. There is, let's see, how many? There's basically 3 skeins of this one. This is Coastal Dot. This is really pretty too. I don't know what I would make with this yarn though. Turtles, maybe? And then a little bit of this teal. There's no label with that one. This one is, I use this color a lot for my bees. Oh, where's the color? Hello? What do you charge as an hourly wage? It's another one that kind of varies depending. Oh, this is baby green. I tend to use a lower, if it's a larger plushie, like some of my statement pieces, I use a slightly lower hourly rate than for my smaller pieces, because it kind of equals itself out a little bit. Like it's kind of a wash when it comes down to it, but it's usually $15 to $20 an hour. I sometimes will go down to 12 if it's something that's like really easy for me to work on. Like if it's a super straightforward pattern. But I try to, at a very minimum, do 15. All right, it looks like more of the grape dot. Yeah. I told you guys, I'm an open book. I will share whatever you want to know, bar my social security number and my bank account info. There's this really pretty dark teal color. I don't think there's a label with these ones. Oh, wait, yes, there is. Look at that. Wow. Okay, hold on. This color is really pretty. You're welcome. Yeah, I kind of got to the point where I want to compete with other people online as far as pricing goes, because I obviously want to make sales, but I don't want to sacrifice, like, because I am putting so much wear and tear on my body doing this. I mean, obviously my hands specifically, but I kind of got to a point where I was like, I just want to make sure that I'm being fairly compensated. It's almost like, I don't know if y'all have this in New Zealand, but here you can claim mileage on your car if it's used for a business purpose. And it's kind of like that. It's like, I'm going to charge you this much because of the wear and tear you're doing to my body. You know what I mean? This is turquoise. Very pretty. I gotta get this tucked back in. But I kind of got to the point, like, I've been at markets with crochet vendors that undercharge for their items and selling something that I would sell for $50 for like $25, like half the price. And that to me is just not sustainable. It's just not. I can barely keep up with stuff as it is. So I feel like lowering my prices would just make that even worse. Gosh, this is so soft. This one is Tranquil Dot. I've got 3 skeins of it. This lighting is horrific. I'm so sorry. Ow. Oh, there's more of that bluish green color. This is ice green. Yeah, I get that. It totally makes sense. What does your partner think of your social media? Unamused, really. I really try to like get her involved. And I think she's a little bit more comfortable being on camera now than she was beforehand. But overall, she's super supportive of everything. The mess in the house, not so much. I'm in the middle of raising my price. I know. I had a lot of imposter syndrome. I was like, who the hell is going to pay these prices for my stuff? But I don't know. I just kind of said, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to price it. I'm cheap and I wouldn't buy an item for that price. No, 100%. I mean, I'm a thrifter. Like, that is my other side hustle, is thrifting. So I completely understand. Like, I refuse to pay more than like $10 for a pair of jeans. So I completely understand. This is Coral Dot. This is really pretty. I've never bought this color before. I feel like, I don't know. What would you make with this color? It's like a bright orange. Maybe fish. I know Crochet by Jenna just came out with those fish patterns. That could be kind of cute. I can't buy any more patterns though. I really can't. Okay, now we're on to the big kahuna. This might be a mistake, but I'm gonna turn it on its side. Nope, that's not gonna work. Gosh, I might need to get something else too. Oh, someone subscribed to my live tomorrow. Oh, come on. I should have gone to get different scissors, I guess. Definitely finished. But I could also see it. It's like a cute monkey. The orange? Ooh, that's not something I would have thought of. I am so not creative when it comes to picking my colors. Like, I love using natural colors. Like, what you would find out in the wild. But even making like dragons or unicorns or like mythical creatures, I gravitate to the more neutral tones. I'm not a risk taker. $48 for 4 pounds. That's 81 New Zealand dollars, and our hourly wage is 20. That's insane. That is crazy. You still use a color wheel? That's not a bad idea, honestly. That would take the decision fatigue out of it. Because I think that's part of my problem is like I have so many different colors to look at and to choose from. Oh, come on. This is ridiculous. It's like getting into Alcatraz. I don't know. That's really dramatic of me. Okay. Oh, I am. I mean, it is so interesting to me. I don't know. It's like so far away. I don't know. Like opposite side of the world. I love making color things at the same time. Yeah, see, that was my problem is a lot of my stuff. I mean, as much as I think they're super duper cute, I want them to go somewhere else. You know? Okay, we've got light blue, which I use a lot for my bees. The day. Yeah, you used rainbow for his mane, didn't you? I thought it came out so stinking cute, but I could see that one sitting for a little bit. I have to be really, really careful about what I choose color-wise, especially for my markets here. I've even found that people here don't like the colors orange, and recently, for whatever reason, they don't like green. I don't know why. I love your Instagram reels. Oh yeah, thank you. I know it's keeping me accountable. I've got I think 2 more that are filmed, or am I working on the other one? I've posted 3, right? Yeah. The 4th one is this guy right here. That's the 4th one. And then I'm actually working on the 5th one. I'm going to get it in a second once I've gone through all this yarn. I'm doing no live. I'm embroidering for my market. You should do a live. Okay, more of this blue. I don't remember the color. This is so much. Where the heck am I going to put all of this? This was a mistake. Oh boy. All right. Dark purple. No label. Oh wait, is this a label? What is this one? Bluebird. I don't know where that came from. Oh, here's a label. I don't know where I'm going to put this. Genuinely. Meadow Violet. That's a pretty name for a yarn. I think I see another one of these. Hold on. See, I probably could have done without the oranges because orange doesn't really sell well for me, but I just bought the whole thing because why not? Yellow. I don't know. I think it's like me figuring out my stuff. Okay, fair enough. That's fair. Peach pink. And then whatever this color is. Coral. Oh my gosh, there's so much. I'm overwhelmed. I love the color green. Oh, me too. I love green. I mean, can you see all of the green on these shelves over here? I mean, and wait. Let me go the right direction. I have that is all the same color. These 6, this one here, and this one here, all the same shade of green. Don't ask me how I accumulated all that because I actually have no idea why I have that much, but I do. Rhubarb, pretty. I don't really use red a whole lot, so I need to figure out something to use this red for. Dragons, maybe? Ugh. I have nowhere else to put all this stuff. I'm going to be overrun with yarn. Boysenberry. That's pretty. It is a very big box. And she, like, I feel like, you know those, like, the movies where they overpack their suitcases and they have to sit on it to get it to close? I feel like she did that to get these closed because they are packed to the brim. Mustard yellow. Where the heck am I going to put this? I'm going to just keep repeating myself because I just don't know. I don't know. Lavender. More of the light blue. There's a boatload of whites in here. What is this color? This is pretty. This is like a dusty pink. Rose. This is really pretty. And it's so soft. Ugh, I love Sweet Snuggles. Oh. Carmine rose, hot pink. And then there's just a bunch of like black, gray, silver, more black and gray. And then a bunch of this like off-white. I think that's pretty much it. That's all that's in here, I think. Oh, this is the one I was really excited about because I'm running really low. Brown. But that's it. That's it. I'm not doing any more because I don't want to unbox the rest of this. You weren't ready to do an unboxing. No. This was definitely one of those impulse decisions that I almost immediately regretted. Because now I don't have anywhere. Because, I mean, let me just tilt a little bit. Like, this is Sweet Snuggles. This is Sweet Snuggles. That's Premier Basics. That's Premier Basics. This is Sweet Snuggles. This is Sweet Snuggles. And then this is Premier Parfait. And that's Parfait. And that's Parfait. I don't have space for this yarn. I don't, because those 4 that are Sweet Snuggles right here, they're full. Like, I can't fit anything else. Smoky green is very popular, but I found this color called Deep Sea. I don't know that I have Deep Sea. Okay. I'm going to, ew, this is so dirty now. I need to go get some cleaning stuff really quick and wipe this down before it gets all over everything. Yes. There's a lot of things up in the air at the current moment with all of that. We're definitely hoping to move in. I personally would like to move in like 6 or so months. I don't know what the timeline looks like at this current moment because there was a minute there where my fiance might have gotten a new job in South Carolina. So that, I don't know. Everything is just kind of weird right now and up in the air. And we have a lot of work that we need to get done on the house. Like, I want to pay a landscaping company to come in and fix our landscaping. And I don't know. It's, but I can't do that when I'm not making money. So since I'm not doing markets, it's just kind of, it's a little tricky. My favorite yarn. Honestly, I am still a Bernat person. That is kind of my go-to. I tend to reach for Bernat more frequently, but I'm trying to get on the Premier Basics train. As you can see, I'm slowly building it up. My problem is like Bernat is a little bit more expensive per ounce compared to you're out of terracotta. Is that this color that's over my shoulder? I have so much of it. I'm trying to use it up. I don't know if this is terracotta or if I don't know if you can even see it. This one right here. That might be terracotta. But I'm trying to get on the Premier Basics train, which I am. I love basics. It's so freaking soft. I haven't had any problems using it, but my problem is I can't just go out and buy every single color off the bat because it's expensive. I mean, it's expensive for me. I can't imagine expensive because you said you paid what, $8.20 per skein, which is mind blowing. So I can't afford to just go out and buy every color that I need. So I'm just kind of slowly building it up. And then hopefully I'll start to use Premiere more than Bernat. But I have a lot of Bernat still. So it's kind of one of those things. I love Bernat and I love that the skeins are bigger than these. I'm really struggling to switch my mindset over to buying smaller skeins. Like for some reason, my brain just can't compute. I'm in roadway engineering, so I design roads and stuff for our Department of Transportation mostly, but I do work with local cities and counties and stuff too. Really exciting things, you know. I could tell you how to build a road. All right, I think I'm gonna grab my whip and do a little bit of crocheting. This box is falling over on me. Stay. Okay. Now that I have all of these cardboard boxes to navigate around. Oh, wait. I said I was going to get some cleaner because this needs to be cleaned off before I do anything because those boxes were filthy. Premier Basics Brights is more expensive than Parfait Chunky. See, I had a terrible experience with Parfait Chunky, not last Christmas, but the Christmas before, so 2023, and I swore off of it because it was so awful. It shedded all the time. It broke. It was just impossible to use. This stuff that I've been buying recently has been perfect. I really, really like the Parfait that I've been buying recently. Sounds like a cool job. It can be. I have a love-hate relationship with it. I understand. You should film some of your home renovations when you get a chance. Yeah, I would love to. Um everything is just so chaotic, but there is a possibility that we're going to purchase property and build a custom. So, if we do that, I'd probably film a lot of that process. All right, let me grab some cleaner really quick and clean the surface off, and then I'm probably going to crochet for a little bit because it's 8 o'clock. I'm a little paranoid now because I just put those boxes on my carpet and they were so dirty that they wiped off on a smooth surface. And now I'm like, I probably need to move those out of this room too until I can empty them. Okay. That's better. Oh, I got too much stuff. I can't believe I let you guys influence me to unbox this. Okay. I'm just gonna put them out here for right now. Okay, that's better. Ooh, I can walk now. Okay. I got my whip. Hold on. I also need the pattern. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm back. Let's see. An accountant. Lots of love hating over here. I'm my own accountant, so I can't imagine doing it as a job. I like burlap because it's a strong yarn. I can't. Fair enough. I have to be very careful. Oh, the terracotta and sweet snuggles. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I was down to one skein, I think, left. And I think I only got 2 from that. I think it was not even 2 full ones. You didn't need any influence? No, I didn't. She actually works for Mercedes. She is a team leader in one of their plants. But she used to be a cell-op, so she programs robots basically. And then we're on like opposite shifts, so she'll have 2 weeks where she's on days, and it's usually like 5:30 until 3:30, I think. And then the night shift is also 5:30 to 3:30. But it's a lot of overtime. The small skeins are a turnoff. I know. It is hard. It's hard for me to kind of wrap my brain around it. It really is. The smaller skeins. But per ounce, they're cheaper if you pay full price. So it kind of, I don't know. It's just been a mindset shift for me. I'm still not really grasping the fact that they're smaller. I don't know why. I like to think I'm fairly smart, but I definitely don't have all the common sense. Feels like New Zealand is so behind. Really? That's so interesting to me. I don't know. It's just like crazy to think about. Okay. So I'm working on another knotted plushie for Mama Made Minis right now. I have the front legs, the back legs, the tiny tail, and then I'm working on the head. That's me and my husband's, but we just paid off our car and now we're gonna save up for some land. Oh, I love that so much. I know, I'm so mad at myself because I had my car paid off and I loved that car, and it broke down, and it was a $3,000 repair. They had to basically take the engine out and fix a piston and then put the engine back in. And So I paid to have that fixed. And then a month later, I was getting the same error message on my car. Like the check engine light came back on and it was reading the same error message that it was when the engine crapped out the first time. So at that point, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is not going to be good. So one day I got home from work and it was on a Friday. So I was home early because I get off at 11 on Fridays and my check engine light was off. So I literally came in the house and I was like, hey, we're going to the dealership. I'm trading my car, which is so, thinking back on it, it was so shady, but I feel like dealerships are shady anyways. So I feel bad, but I also don't really feel that bad. And I traded it in for a Bronco Sport. It So I got a car payment. That was a great decision. Yeah. And so I got a Bronco Sport and it was the 2021 Bronco Sport. So it was like fairly new. And I think it only had one owner and it had like 2,000 miles on it or something. So I got a low car payment. It wasn't that much because my car was worth quite a lot. But the electronics on it started to go out. And from what I've read, there's a lot of people have issues with the little Bronco Sports, at least the new, like the words, the earlier ones. So then I was like, well, shoot, what am I going to do? Because I like plugging my phone in, listening to my music or like an audiobook or a podcast, and the USB thing stopped working. And there was just some other like really small things that were going wrong on it. And I was like, for a new car that has this low of mileage on it, it shouldn't be having this many issues. So I traded that in to get the car that I have now, almost doubled my car payment. Just like, I'm so annoyed with myself over it, honestly. I think about it all the time, but it is what it is at this point. I do love my car that I have now, but yeah, it was karma, truly. I was like, that's what you get for trading your car in when the check engine light went off. It's silly. I don't know what round I'm on. I think I'm here. So yeah, it was like one of those things. But it is what it is at this point. I'm happy with my car. I've just got to work like extra hard to get it paid off. It's the most I've ever owed. Aside from my student loans, it's the most I've ever owed on anything. I'm making it's Fauna, the knotted plushie by Mama Made Minis. I think it's Fauna. Fawn or Fauna, one of the two. Do you know how relatable that is, though? Fortunately, I've made most of the patterns from the original Knotted Levies book. I think I haven't made the chick, the monkey, the elephant. That might be it. I think that's it from the book. But when they first released the knotted plushies, and they had that huge sale on their website. I bought literally every single pattern that was on sale that was on their website that I didn't already have, and I made one of them. And that was when they first released those, which I think was early last year. Was it early last year? I don't even remember. So I pulled the cat. That was that was the third pull from my jar of patterns, and then this was the next one. The snugglers, the large snugglers take me, if I'm like really focused, it takes me about 2.5 hours. I think that's when I bought. See, we can all relate. I am a very fast crocheter though, so I don't know. Mama mayonnaise. Yeah, I think I made the dino, but I only have the ebook.
Did you have a good dinner? Was it so good? You decided to finally eat your food?
At 8:10 at night.
Crazy girl. You crazy girl.
The mini snugglers are adorable. I have the pup. Is it Paloma? I think is the smaller one. And then I have the smaller dino. The minis take like an hour. The mediums take me 1.5 to 2. The giant take me 2.5 to 3. Yeah, that's probably, I mean, I made a lot of the big ones, and I've made them so much now that I can almost, I mean, I can't make them off the top of my head, but I'm so familiar with the pattern that I can crank through them pretty quickly. I love the new cow. The cow knotted snuggler is to die for. I wanted to apply, but I knew I wasn't going to get picked. I shouldn't think that. I should just do it anyways. But oh my gosh, it is so stinking cute. It's going good. One person, I only just sent them the pattern this morning, and Mindy is already done. That's Happy Heifer Crochet. She's already done. She cranked it. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, it came out so cute. I don't know what kind of yarn she used. I can look. Oh, you can't even see it really. It came out adorable. It's tiny. It's so little. Let me message her back really quick. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Sarah's testing for me. And there was somebody else in here earlier. TM, I think, was her username on here. She's Alligator Goods over on Etsy, or on Etsy, on Instagram. She was in here just a minute ago. I don't know if she still is or not. I decided to start tonight. You can't resist. I can't either. I always like get started so quickly on pattern tests because it's like I feel like for me, if I don't sit down and do it, I end up waiting until the last minute and then I'm scrambling to get it done. That's the other thing I really hold on. Let me count. That's the other thing that I really wanted to focus on this year too, was doing a lot more pattern testing because I really love pattern testing. I just haven't had the time to really apply for anything until recently. It just gets really discouraging when you don't get picked. I tried to, that was me earlier, finishing a test for Crochet by Jenna. I love pattern testing Instagram so much. Yes, it definitely helps. The new Raven and the one with the long skinny legs. It's so cute. I really wish I could play music on here. I need to look into getting into the YouTube creator whatever thing that they have. Because I know they have like a huge library of music that you can use, but you have to be, I guess, whitelisted to use it, which I don't even know what that means. And I'm not, because I don't even know what it is. So holy cow, 6? That's incredible. Good for you. I have finished 0. I didn't even finish getting prep for my live tomorrow. So, but the lighting deteriorated very quickly. So in my defense, I couldn't really take any more pictures. And I kind of have my background done. Oh, okay. So kind of like cheating, I guess. There are so many great designers. It's a shame that Insta only pushes big accounts. Yeah, I know. It's a struggle. That's part of why I hate social media. It's like, even though people don't really like to admit it, you are very much so in the shadow of bigger accounts because they get seen more easily. Because if you have more followers, they're more than likely interacting with your posts more, which then pushes your posts out to even more people. And it's just kind of like it's a snowball effect. I'm just like, I don't know. I had goals this year. I really, really wanted to reach, originally I wanted to reach 10K here on YouTube by the end of the year, but I don't think that's even remotely. I don't think I'm going to be very close at all unless I have something go crazy viral. I don't think I'm going to come even close. So I kind of bumped it down to 5K. And honestly, I'll be freaking happy if I make it to 1K over on Etsy or oh my gosh, why do I keep doing that on Instagram? I feel like I've been plateaued at about 950 for like 2 months now. what was it, 200? I mean, honestly, I feel like the first 100 to really the first 500 is the biggest struggle, honestly. Ugh. Single crochet 3 together? I beg your pardon. Was that part of the other one too? Uh-oh. I might have messed up. Wait a minute. Hold on. No, that one was 2 together. This one is 3 together. That's weird. But that's fine. Crazy. Let me get back to where was I? Here we go. Okay. I just got 600. Yay! Very much is because Instagram doesn't even throw my posts out. Yeah, I know. And I always see like mixed things about like, oh, your reels, like you shouldn't use hashtags because reels have further reach anyways, and hashtags can actually hinder your content. And then I see other people say like you need to spam the hashtags. Like, oh my gosh. I just don't know what to do anymore. So I just kind of do random things. Like sometimes I'll use hashtags, sometimes I won't. Like I think the one that I posted, was it today? I don't even know anymore. Yeah, I didn't use hashtags in the one I posted today. And it's been up for 10 hours and I have 262 views and 19 likes and no comments. But the first one I posted, I'm at 796 with 49 likes. I don't know. It's just so freaking annoying. I hate social media so much. Yes, I am still doing Poshmark. Not much, but yes, barely. I'm like scraping by. I'm trying to get back into it. But things have changed on there so much. I don't really know what to do anymore. I just don't think I'm very good at it anymore. You don't do it anymore, do you, Sarah? I feel like you kind of stopped doing it a while ago. Post it twice, one with hashtags, one without. That's a smart idea. That's big brain right there. That is a big brain thought. I fear I have miscounted. Because, wait, 1, 2, 3. No, I didn't. Good. And I really need to just like basically just reuse all my content and post it everywhere. I've been posting it all to, I don't think I posted the video I posted today to YouTube yet as a short, but I've been trying to do, oh my gosh, posting to both, basically the same video. And I really just need to do that over on TikTok as well and just let that pick back up again. But I don't know. I just can't bring myself to post anything over there. Really interesting to see how similar posts on different social medias perform differently. Yeah, I know. It was so funny. I was watching Crochet by Jenna earlier today, and she was like, this was just such a perspective thing for me because she was like, well, it's sometimes this one video will get 100,000 views on YouTube and then it'll get 3 million views on TikTok. And I'm like, girl, I am small potatoes over here. I value on it here and it's been trying to make a point of like, I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all the support that y'all give me, truly. It's been quite a ride, I must say. I felt like getting the first 1,000 here on YouTube went fairly quickly, and then for whatever reason, it just went like way down. But I will say that people on YouTube love the market content. My market recap videos do probably like 30% better as far as like views and performance goes than any of my other content. And if I do content where it's like just like sitting and chatting or whatever, it does like half as good as my market recaps do. You definitely can't compare yourself to Jenna, who's become I really don't compare myself. Like, I do find myself comparing, especially with like the patterns and stuff that I've been releasing. Like, it was really hard. Who just came out with a new fox pattern? Somebody, but it was a bigger account, but their pattern did so much better than my fox pattern. But at the end of the day, my account is here, her account was way up here, so of course hers is going to perform better. But it's like, that's one reason why I hate social media so much, is because I am guilty. I try my best not to, but I am very guilty of comparing myself to others. Like $70 3 weeks ago, I got 350. Yeah, I don't know. It's so bizarre, honestly. It is very weird. Social media is just this insane, forever changing beast. If you look at some people's work who are the bigger social media influencers, not to be ugly, but we have similar thoughts, Destiny. We have similar thoughts. It's like I said, smaller accounts often have better patterns, just less exposure. Yeah. Yep. I'm excited about this axolotl pattern. I feel like I've gotten enough good feedback that I think it's going to do fairly well. So I am excited to kind of see how that one goes. I think a lot of my pattern writing right now, I'm just trying to like discover how I want to write my patterns and my style of plushie. And like, I'm going to lean really hard into the body style that I have, because I used it for my lion, the rhino, and the hippo. I have an elephant, but it's garbage. I don't know. I don't think it's down here. I don't know where I put that elephant, actually. I'm having a really hard time figuring out a unique way to do the trunk. So that was kind of on the back burner right now. Ooh, Lord. I'm getting tired. Make myself around 30. So what? Okay. Put that into perspective for me. When is that in US? Hold on. $18. So like $20. Let me think. What do I sell for? The mini loaf cats, I sell them for 12. I could probably get 15. Yeah, I have this guy that's Stitching with Abby. It came out really cute, but it has the flat trunk. So I wanted, and then I have one other pattern where she makes the trunk and the head all one piece, and that is actually one of my favorite elephant patterns. But I was trying to come up with a unique way to do it, and I've tried 3 different things, and they all came out like garbage. So, hello, how are you? Is it Kamitha? Is that how you say your name? Loaf cats are overdone. That's fair. They're overdone here as well, but the mini ones actually still do really well for me. The large loaf cats are pretty much a no-go for me anymore. My full size are 25, but they really just don't sell well for me anymore. Specific colors will still sell fairly well, but I find that people really like the custom because they want it to look like their own cat. I actually have 6 open Love Cat orders right now on Etsy, and I'm really procrastinating doing them. I can't lie. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you guys. This round has a lot of different stitches, so. Okay, there we go. Let's see. I've seen one pattern where they skip stitches where the trend is and then come back and do it on the finish. And it does. And I tried that method, and I think that one's going to work. I just need to, the way I did increases and decreases, it sticks straight out of the head, so he looks more like Pinocchio than an elephant. So I think that one will work. I just need to sit down and kind of tweak it. I would be so sick of making loaf cats. Honestly, I don't mind the loaf cats, but I will say my orders have like tapered down to where I can sit down for a weekend and I can make like 2 or 3 loaf cats, and then I don't need to make any for the rest of the week, if that makes sense. So they're spaced out enough to where I have time to actually work on other projects like this that kind of break up the monotony of making loaf cats. I am live. Hello, welcome in. I am making Fauna, the knotted plushie by Mama Made Minis right now. Short A. Kimatha, is that right? Oh my gosh. I feel like the inflection is that the right inflection? I'm making a little monster. What's everyone else up to? I only get sales for the Della Duck mallards. I have so many other Etsy listings, but that's pretty much the only one getting sales. Me, the duck lady. See, I wish I would sell the Della ducks. I have the baby Dellas and the regular size Dellas, and I haven't sold a single one, and it makes me so freaking sad because I love that pattern. I'm the cat lady at this point. Zombies, fun. Yes and no. I don't think my account is, I mean, definitely not the finished products. I don't think anybody that subscribes to me on YouTube is like buys finished plushies. And as for the patterns, I think it has helped a little bit, but I don't think it's really helped a lot, if that makes sense. Like the rhino pattern, I really genuinely think the only reason my rhino pattern did well was because I think rhinos there's not very many rhino patterns out there, so I think that was part of it. But the other one, Stacy makes, she pattern tested for me, and she talked about it on her YouTube channel, and she has quite a bit more subscribers than I do. And after she posted, there was like a huge influx of sales of that pattern. So I think that helped. But I don't think I personally, hold on. Hello. Okay, please be careful. All right. So you'll be home at what, 10:30? Okay. Cool. Okay. I'm still on YouTube right now. Okay, yeah, please drive careful. Don't hit any deer. Okay. Love you too. Bye. Okay, sorry. I've sold a few of the white ones, but I have a really good pic my sister took of holding the mallard. So I think, oh, okay. Wait, I feel like your listing on Etsy has popped up for me before when I've been looking for the pattern. Maybe. Do you just make what you like for markets, or do you pick a specific amount of items, patterns that you will do? How do you know the right number of different items to have? I don't think there is a too many number. I try to make as much as I possibly can. I don't really limit myself as far as total number of items I take. As for the types of items I take, I've only been doing markets for a year and a half. My first market was in, what year are we? 2025. 2023. It was a Christmas market. Yes, it is my first live on YouTube. That was my first ever market. I did them all last year, and now I'm doing a lot of repeat markets. So the markets that I did last year that I did really well at, I am doing them again. So I kind of know what sells and what doesn't, like as far as price point. But I do get influenced a lot by other crocheters and what they're selling really well at their markets. But I have found that the $15 to $30 range is kind of my sweet spot. That seems to be what's selling really well. And basically what I do is I make a bunch of different things, and then I see what sells in the first like half of the market. And then those are the items that I focus on for the next one, if that makes sense. And knitting or crochet wearables. I would love to get into wearables, but they're so time consuming. I just can't bring myself to do it. Oh, your first market was recent then. How did it go well? Destiny Do It. They've been popular with Awestruck Crochet. Awestruck Crochet is shipping out like 3 of those a day. It's crazy. She was actually the one that inspired me to start making the baby Dellas, because when she was making them, they came out so cute. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to make these, because I already had the pattern, but I had never made them. So I was like, oh man. So I made 7 of them for my next market after I saw her video. Oh, I would never. I mean, I made a baby blanket and it did not sell at my markets. I don't think the demographic is right here for those. And it ended up selling to somebody on TikTok, I think. I was live on TikTok and someone commented on my live and said, do you make blankets? And I was like, well, I have one blanket listed on my website, but I don't really make blankets because they're time consuming and I have to charge X amount, and it just doesn't make sense for me to do that. And she's like, "Okay." And literally 5 minutes later, she bought the blanket, and I haven't made another blanket since. I am making one for well, it was gonna be a Mother's Day present, but because I got so slam packed with markets, I didn't have time to finish it. But I do have a, mosaic crochet blanket that I'm working on right now. That's been kind of a fun project, though. Very different from what I'm used to. I do not like crocheting 3 together. I don't like it. I love ostrich. She had a very, very specific marker. Yeah, she does have very specific. And I make lists. So, usually every market prep video that I post at the very beginning, I talk about my list and I make it, and it's usually very unrealistic. Um, but I do tend to focus on specific items. But I've also kind of started to learn what sells well, and I think that she has as well. She knows like these specific items sell really well for her, so that's what she focuses on. Oh my gosh, come here. You and Awestruck are my favorite. Oh, thank you. I love watching Awestruck. I do. I made my grandsons in December. It was single crochet 200 stitches each row. Oh my gosh. See, it's so time consuming. I started making cotton items and I'm partnering up with that's so smart. That is so smart. I haven't mentioned this. Well, I might have mentioned this on my channel at some point. But I'm really wanting to do some learn to crochet boxes. And one of my ideas, because not everybody likes stuffed animals, was to do cotton mug rugs. So I bought some yarn to test out to see if I can get it to work. The only problem is the cotton yarn is so thin. I'm worried that people learning to crochet with cotton yarn might not enjoy it very much. So I don't know. You should have seen me when I got the rhino tester. I had to show her your YouTube. My daughter was like, "Oh, that's so sweet." I appreciate it so much. Maybe t-shirt yarn. That's a good idea. I could do t-shirt yarn. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm just not super sure about it. Because I think this is actually from Premier. It's their cotton sprout and it's a size 3, so it is thinner. So I'm wondering if maybe, because I thought about doing Premier has a line of like anti-pilling yarn, and I think it's a size 4. I actually have some in the other room. So I thought about using that too, but I like the idea of cotton. I don't know. It's all up in the air. I have so many projects that I want to do. Uh-oh. What did I do? Hold on. Here we go. Like, I'm also working with another small business on some stitch markers, potentially. I've actually got to get her a list this week. Okay. Which direction do these go? Hold on. Where's the front? Goes like that. Cotton makes it sound like, yeah, see, and people love like sustainability and all of that kind of stuff, like natural yarns and natural products. So that's kind of why I originally leaned towards, oh, I'm pulling the wrong yarn. I will. It's something that I am thinking, like, when we go to Maine, I might take that yarn with me and try to work out, like, the pattern that I wanna use, because I wanna come up with, like, a unique was this supposed to be 3 stitches or 4? 3. A unique pattern for them and not do something that's, like, the same as everybody else. Okay, that's why I was like, I recognized your username and I was like, what in the world? Are they holding up well? Like, I'm genuinely curious because I still haven't listed them yet because I'm freaking terrified that they're going to start falling apart on people. And I will let you know how I feel about the cotton yarn Tarsh. I recently started making cotton objects and now I'm a cotton snob. I love that so much. Justify spending the money. Yeah, and I thought, like, a lot of times, like, people will come up and say, like, "Oh, I wish I could do that," or whatever, and I would love to have, because I don't know if you guys, remember, but in my market recaps, when I show the footage of my booth, I have that plant stand at the very front of my booth. I was thinking of turning that into a display for crochet kits and have, like, I was thinking about doing my no-sew bee pattern and doing a more in-depth tutorial on it, because I have a tutorial on here. I don't know if it's any good. But I thought about doing those and then maybe coming up with, like, a little, like, jellyfish or an octo or something, and then doing crochet coasters. And then for somebody who maybe is a little bit more ballsy, do like a little granny square bag or pouch or something. Literally people ask me all the time, do you teach? Yeah, I went to actually the market that got canceled a couple weeks ago. The last year when I was there, I had a church group come up to me and ask if I would do like a crochet seminar. They were like, "We'll pay you and we'll pay for the supplies." And I was like, "Ooh, I don't know if I have the patience to sit in front of people." Like, they've held up fine for me. Okay, that's really good to know because that was a while ago, wasn't it? That was like back in, no, I don't remember when I did that giveaway. But that's one of my projects. I want to expand on the beaded ones, but the person that I'm working with is actually a polymer clay artist. So she's going to make, I think, some polymer clay charms for me to turn into stitch markers, and I'm really excited about it. You need to sign on your booth that says I can make that. Yeah, see, that's what I'm actually going to do that. That's part of why I want to get my patterns up on my website, is because then I can create a QR code that goes to my website where all the patterns are and people can buy them. But I do want to have a sign that says, here are my patterns if you want to make one. Okay, yeah, January. I was thinking it was quite a while ago. It's like parents asking for their kids to learn, like, there's a summer camp down the road. Man, I used to go to summer camps. Those used to be so much fun. Friendship bracelets. I used to make so many friendship bracelets. Do y'all remember the bracelets that were like, they were rubber bands, but when you took them off, they were like in different shapes? I can't think of what they're called now, but why did that make me think of it? Like summer camp made me think of that. Am I still finished? I don't think so. I feel like it needs to be one-on-one. Yeah, silly bands. That's it. I don't know. That was like, that's such a like canon memory for me. I used to love those things. Yeah, I don't know that I would be comfortable teaching a group class to crochet. That would be really difficult, I feel like. My parents would force me to go to camp all the time, and it wasn't my scene. I loved camp. I was a camp girl. I'm teaching my niece. It's very slow going. I tried to teach my fiance because I was like, listen, it's like, I need help. That didn't work. Didn't work at all. So, the time is 8:48 p.m. at the moment. Tried to teach my husband, and he was just twisting the that was mine too. Yeah, it didn't go very well. What has happened here? I'm supposed to have 3 stitches left over, but I don't. Ugh. Frog, 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 frog. What did I do? Maybe I skipped a row. 13. That's a weird number of stitches. Where did that come from? I tried for like 20 minutes for sure. It's not that in the world. Don't know. Never mind. You're starting on the neck. Yeah. I don't know what I've done. I think I messed up this round. Let me count. I think I just skipped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Huh? I'm so confused. Okay, I think I'm there. Anyways, my mom's homeschool group wants me to teach. I told her if they want to teach themselves, then I can like come be a resource and help them with the questions. Yeah, I think that's completely fair. I told my daughter, she made it not do it. It's like, I've mastered crochet, now I'm not doing it anymore. Honestly, I feel like we've all had that feeling at some point or another. It's just like, you know what? This is enough. This is enough. I'm really bad at not using my stitch markers and counting. Yeah, I tried to do that for a little while. Like on the smaller projects, it's fine. But these, like, this is so complicated. I could not. Heck yeah. I'm actually very hungry. I'm not gonna lie. I did eat though, but for whatever reason. Okay, let's try this again. And I've never made this pattern before, so it doesn't really help that I'm not super familiar with it. Oops. Okay, I think this is it this time. Yeah, this looks way different than it did the first time I did this. There we go. Okay. I put my stitch marker in the last stitch. I just made a mama cow this week and the neck messes me up every time. Yeah. I put a piece of yarn. Yeah, that's smart. I got a box of these like cheap plastic ones for Christmas. It had like 200 in there, so. Yeah, it's just like the neck because it's like you're single crocheting 3 together in some areas, you're putting 3 stitches in the next, I don't know. There's just a lot of bouncing around. But I think we got it this time. Actually, I should count before I move on, shouldn't I? Let's be smart here. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Perfect. Okay, we're good now. Carry on. I was really hoping to finish this tonight, but I don't think it's going to happen. I really, really wish I could play music. It's so quiet. I'm so used to having something like playing on my TV or whatever. All I can hear are the crickets outside. You know what I can't stop thinking about? I can't stop thinking about all of that yarn that I've got to find a home for. Honestly, I don't really feel like I know that much about New Zealand. My college roommate was from New Zealand. Her her dad is from New Zealand. So, but I don't really know that I know a whole lot about New Zealand. I just know there's a lot of sheep and a lot of green and a lot of funny accents is kind of like the gist. Is that not like the best feeling is realizing it's Friday? I woke up this morning in such a great mood because it was Friday. I love a Friday. Oh my God, come on. Well, it's funny because my parents, being from the UK, they have British accents, but they get compared to New Zealand or Australia all the time. And it's like one of those things like, oh, don't call a Brit an Aussie or whatever because it makes them mad. So it just cracks me up. I love no-sew projects, but when you start having to like work with something that looks like this, I feel like it gets increasingly harder the more body parts you attach. Because I feel like there was like a stint last year where literally everybody was only coming out with no-sew patterns. And it was like the most important thing, which don't get me wrong, like I said, I love a good low sew pattern, but it's not necessary. Like it's so cumbersome This is so awkward working with this. The All from Jade Possum Snuggler. I have a pattern for a possum snuggler. I pattern tested it for it was the Crochet Professor. Hold on, please hold, because that's gonna bother me. Yeah, Crochet Professor. Oh, camera's over here. Oh my gosh. Why is it? Oh Lord. There we go. This camera's flipped backwards. Anyways, I love that possum snuggler. I sold it. I think that sold on Palmstreet, actually, funnily enough. Speaking of Palmstreet. Sorry, responding to a comment. I do have family in the UK. My whole family's in the UK, except for my parents. We used to go every Christmas, like for basically Christmas and New Year's. We would go, like Santa would even come to us there as kids. And we stopped going in probably 2010, I think. And then I went in like between my 8th and 9th grade years, which was, hold on. I graduated, hold on, no, that's not right. We stopped going in, I guess it must have been in 2008 because that was, I guess, when the recession happened. Flights got really expensive, and we're a family of 5. So it was like almost $10,000 to fly us all over there. So we weren't able to go for a while. And then I went in, I think I did a solo trip with one of my best friends the summer of 2008, I think. And that was the last time I went. God, is that right? Hold on. I can't do the math. Yeah, I graduated in 2012 from high school. So it would have been 2008 that we went. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, my brain is not braining. So I have not seen, my grandparents have been over here a couple, like on my mom's side, my grandparents have been over here, I think twice, like soon after that, I'm pretty sure. And then my aunt and one of my cousins has come out here twice as well. But I haven't seen most of my family in, let's see, we're in 2025. Yeah, it's been like 15 years, sadly. So this is going to be a very awkward family reunion because we're all basically different people. So graduated in 2015. So you're what, 3 years behind me? Little baby. Just kidding. A lot of flying. I've only made that flight twice. We watched flight prices for months and scored 800 each in 2019. Yeah, I think when we booked these flights for September for this year, we paid $950 a person, I think, and that was the lowest it had been. It was up like $1,200 a person, and I was just like, ugh, makes me want to puke. So expensive. Even like flying to Maine next Saturday, our flights, I mean, they weren't like crazy, but I don't know. We considered going to Alaska to do an Alaskan cruise, but it's like flying out of the country. It was crazy. Did you go there to visit family? Or just like a vacation? Oh gosh, how many have I done? Hold on. Okay, one more. Uno más. Okay, it's getting a little bit less awkward to crochet with this now. I'm using that like old Bernat blanket that has like the really awful texture. It's not like awful, but it's really, really hard to work with. It like sticks together too easily, so it's really hard to crochet with. Okay, I graduated high school in 2000. You guys are so young. It's okay, you're young at heart. 28. Gosh, I'm turning 32 this year in October. Not going to my reunion, I don't think, and everyone will just talk about my crochet. You know what? It's so funny because I am such an introvert at heart. Like, I will literally just like sit here in my crochet cave, and I'm perfectly fine without human interaction. And I'm the last person that would go to a high school reunion and see all of like the middle school and high school bullies and all of the buttholes, you know, like just crazy people. But I actually ended up going and I had so much fun. I reconnected with some of like my old high school friends that I kind of had lost touch with, but it was so nice. And I'm really glad I went. I think I would have regretted it. I've been to Bali and Perth and Australia. Love to travel more. We're trying to travel more. My brother did a semester abroad in Germany. Oh, that's so cool. See, my fiance did like this crazy trip through her job, and she was in Germany for it was like 2 months at a time, and they did it twice in 1 year. And I wanted to go visit so bad, but I couldn't afford it. I want to do an Alaskan cruise, but I want to do a Disney cruise. See, I don't care for Disney cruises. I love Disney, but people in costume freak me out. I don't know what it is. 32, I'm 45. Yeah, 32. The big 3 too. My fiance is 34. Just turned 34. My school was so tiny. I haven't heard anything about a 10-year reunion. I only went to my 5 years. Yeah, ours was, oh gosh, it was 2 years. Oh, I'm getting confused now. We graduated in 2000. Yeah, 22. It was in 22. So it was our 10-year. I don't know that I'd go to any others. I think 10 years was probably good enough for me. We got to go to the BMW museum in Germany. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that would be really cool. I was getting photos of like all of these like vintage Mercedes cars and stuff. It was really cool. I also hate costume people. I think I was traumatized as a child with clowns, and now I just kind of lump them all together. But I used to love going to Disney because like Goofy is one of my favorite Disney characters. So, and one of my canon memories is going to Disney and like you know the pin trading, you get like the lanyard, and then you get pins, and then you can trade with like the cast members and stuff. And one of my canon memories was we found Goofy one of the days we were there, and I went to go get a picture with him, and I just remember him getting mad at me because I didn't have a Goofy pin. I've only been as far as Mexico. A friend just went to Switzerland for a month. That would be so amazing. Oh my gosh. Big note to mascots. Yeah. I don't know what it is about people in costume. I just like, and I don't like Halloween either. Like we're the grumpy house in the neighborhood. We shut our porch lights off for Halloween because even small children in costume freak me out. Like if anybody walks up to my house dressed as a clown, I'm probably gonna throat punch you. Like I'm sorry. We did it the first year we lived in this house because it was the first like time that we lived in a neighborhood, and we just really wanted to participate. But ever since then, we just turned them off. Like we don't even leave candy out because usually the first like handful of kids that come just take the whole damn bowl, and it's just annoying. So I went to Disneyland one time for my honeymoon, and it was amazing. I cried, but you're right. Maybe it would be scary, and I have 2 little kids. We will be stuck on a boat. Yeah. No, I honestly think it's such an individual experience because I know as a kid I wasn't scared of them, and I don't know what has happened to me that has freaked me out about people in costume. But I feel like even though you're on a boat, like it's a giant boat, so I feel like you could avoid them if you really needed to, you know? And usually like people like that, like the cast members that are hired to be those characters can recognize when a kid's freaked out, and I feel like they're kind of trained to either like deal with that or they just know to just leave it alone. I've driven through Switzerland. We did a road trip through France, Liechtenstein, Switzerland, Austria, and Germany. That sounds exactly like what my fiance did. You don't do Halloween? I'm not surprised about Thanksgiving. But you don't do Halloween? Why not? Oh my gosh. Interesting. I love Halloween. My father is trying to get these made back here. Taking over his life. Oh gosh. Plus, it's summer for Halloween. Yeah, that's true. That was like, it always blows my mind that the hemispheres of the earth have different seasons. Yeah, if you could just give us like a rundown of the history of New Zealand, your imports and exports. I would imagine in New Zealand, like if you're in the sheep business, you're probably pretty okay. Christmas in the slumber, right? Me too. It's like you can never have a white Christmas, which is crazy. Do y'all get snow in the winter in New Zealand? Whoa, what is that? Matariki Waitangi? Waitangi? What is that? Snow in the South Island. So you do get a little snow then. Because it's like pretty mountainous in New Zealand, right? So I feel like you would have like snowy peaks probably. We don't get much snow here, so. We got a little bit this year, I think. Did we? I don't remember. I feel like we got some snow here. We did, because I was stuck at home for 2 days. I was really hoping that I was going to have this finished for my live tomorrow, but it's not going to happen unless I can get myself up early enough to finish it. New Zealand is the opposite end of the earth, I think. Antarctica, maybe? I think our cultural holidays. Indigenous brothers and sisters. Oh, that's so cool. That is so fascinating. I freaking love this kind of stuff. This is the kind of stuff I live to talk about. I love it. So the Cape, what's the Cape Horn? That's not right. South Africa is close to Antarctica. Isn't it like the closest land to Antarctica on the planet? Cape something. I think it is Cape Horn. Is that right? Or am I crazy? Hold on. Please hold. I'm Googling. I'm pretty sure it is. It's the tip of. No, I think I'm wrong. Because South America goes way down there. Oh, it is Cape Horn, though. I just had the wrong continent. It's Cape Horn. Cape Horn is the closest place to Antarctica, but it's in South America. But I don't know. Is that what's it? This is that Peru? No, Argentina. Yeah, Argentina. It could be part of Chile, but I think it's. I don't know. I'm not very good at geography. My live is on Palmstreet at 7 Central tomorrow. They do have penguins in South Africa. It's not that close to Antarctica, though. I was thinking that was where Cape Horn was, but Cape Horn is in South America. Geography lesson, yes. The 9:15 at night, half asleep geography lesson. Oh my gosh. It was funny. How does one go to Antarctica? Asking for a friend. I would love to go to Antarctica. That would be so cool. Yes, AM. Sorry. Yeah. First thing in the morning. I have to require a lot of money or be a scientist. Okay. I can't do the second one, but maybe I could do the first one if I become a successful YouTuber. I think you have to be a researcher. Yeah, I think you're probably right, unfortunately. Maybe if I just fly to Argentina and check my kayak into luggage, drive all the way to Cape Horn, and then just plop myself in the water and kayak my way over to Antarctica. The penguins will help me. I will must definitely be asleep. That's fine. I'm a morning person, so and I wanted on Palmstreet on Saturdays they do Makers Market, so you get like discounted shipping if you buy from a Makers Live. So I try to get on fairly early so I can kind of get ahead of the other people. My friend is a plummet in Antarctica of all things. Interesting. All I can say is the government probably won't let you get too close. Well, you know what? I do work as a consultant for the government, so I feel like I have an in. You know? The seals could push me. Yeah, see, seals are friendly. They'll push me. As long as I don't run into like killer whales or anything that maybe think I'm a banana or something. Well, my kayak is not yellow. I don't know why I said that. Killer whales probably don't even like bananas. This has gone so downhill so quickly. Oh, God. It's fine. I'm fine. I mean, Rosie's getting a really solid nap over here. Don't wear your banana wetsuit. Yeah, I'll have to leave that one at home. Oh my God. This went off the rails. Maybe I should crochet myself a banana wetsuit. You've inspired me, Sarah. How funny would that be? If I just randomly showed up in one of my YouTube videos dressed in a banana wetsuit. Only y'all would get it. It would be like a little inside joke between me and the 10 people that are here. Oh, man. That will get you views, probably. Honestly, I am having such a hard time racking my brain trying to come up with like Morgan with LA Crochet, her peanut gallery idea, freaking genius. Like so smart. I mean, I occasionally pop up little like thought bubbles on Rosie because it's funny, but man, that what an idea. Yeah, a cute little fashion show of like maybe I'll make like different fruit wetsuits and do a fashion show. So like blueberry, strawberry, a banana, could do a kiwi. Like every video I'm a different fruit. Oh my gosh. That would be so funny. What if I did like little beret hats and just wore a different beret hat for every video? Oh my gosh. That actually sounds kind of like a fun idea. I can't lie. You can make Morgan's the fruit ducky hats? Yeah, for sure. She does have some yeah, I'm definitely more of like a dry humor. Which I feel like is like my British heritage is coming out with that. Because British humor is extremely dry. Make it like yeah, I don't know. It's so like it's kind of frustrating to me. That and this is about to sound so bad. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I might get canceled for saying some stuff. But I hate. Well, that's a strong word. No. That's too strong. I dislike putting clothes on plushies. It's not my thing. I tried it with my fox pattern and I thought it came out really cute. I really like his little overalls. But like the thought of trying to make clothing for my plushies gives me anxiety. Oh, Tarsh, I really appreciate it. Thank you so, so much for hanging out and chatting for basically the whole live. I've been on for 3.5 hours, which is crazy. But yeah, it was so lovely to chat with you like live. I feel like comments are just so different and even like messaging. So it's always really lovely to get to know everybody better. But I appreciate you hanging out with me. I hope you have a great rest of your day in the future. This cat is getting thick. Nope, this is not a cat. I fear it's Oh boy. This is definitely not a cat. I probably do, genuinely. I did so much today. I I had to work this morning and then I ran out because I had a local custom order that I had to deliver. So I went and met with her. And that was like a 35-ish minute drive for me one way. And then I went thrifting for the first time in probably, gosh, I don't even know how long. I couldn't tell you the last time I went thrifting, honestly. Hold on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, good. And then I came home and I had to cut the grass because we're going out of town next weekend. So, and we'll be gone for 2 weekends basically, because we'll fly out. We leave Friday, stay the night at my parents', leave super early Saturday and fly out. And then we get back late Saturday afternoon and we'll stay the night with my parents and then drive back super early Sunday. So we don't have time to do any of the yard work or anything. And so I had to do it today and it was so hot and miserable. And then I had to come inside and get set up for my live tomorrow. And I mean, I'm fine at the moment sitting on here, but it has been a very long day, I must say. I totally respect that. I've made 3 sets of overalls and each time my hair. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's like, I don't know. I find plushies with clothes super, super cute. It's just not my aesthetic. Like, to me, that is very, like, kawaii. What's the other word I'm thinking of? I can't think of the other word. But it's not really my aesthetic or vibe. Like, I'm very much so, like, natural animals without clothes. I tried it with a fox. I gave it the good old college try. It's getting thick. I mean, in my defense, even though it's not a cat, it is getting thick. We're going to Maine. Yeah, we're every year we basically we pull a destination out of a jar. So we pick 3 places. We do one that we can drive to, one that we can fly to that's on the continent, and then an international destination. So like when I say fly to on the continent, it includes Canada. Does it? No. That's a lie. That's a lie. One that we can drive to, a flight that's within the US, and then an international destination, and we each pick one. So there's 6 choices, and then we draw out of the jar, and the last one that's in the jar is where we end up going. And this year we got Maine. Last year we did Savannah and Charleston. We kind of split the trip. What did we do the year before that? I don't think we did anything the year before that because work was crazy. But we already drew for next year, but we got another international location, and I don't know that we can swing another international location, so I think we're going to end up redrawing it. But I was super busy today, and I did not get a lot of work done. My kid had a flight. Printer would not work. I already miss Joanne's so much. I don't know that ours is closed yet, but I'm trying to get used to not going, so I haven't been since really the first like month or so that they started clearancing stuff out. Makes me sad. Yeah, I'm really excited, honestly. I've never, like, we lived up in Connecticut for 2.5 years when we first moved to the US, but I don't remember any of it. So I'm really excited to kind of go up to the Northeast and spend some time. I booked like a whale watching tour for the first Sunday that we're up there, and I'm really excited about that. But Christine, What's Up Cupcake, that was in here earlier, she went to Maine, and so I've been messaging her to get, like, because they went to Bar Harbor, which is where we're staying for the first half of the week. So I was like getting ideas and tips from her. On like where to go and what to do and what to go see. But we're flying into Bangor. I think that's how you say it. And then we're driving down to Bar Harbor, and we're staying in Bar Harbor for, I think, either until the Monday or the Tuesday. We might be there until the Tuesday. And then we're driving down to Kennebunkport, a little bit further down the coast, and we're staying there for the second half of the week. I'll wave in your direction on Friday. You might be able to see me since I'm just a few miles from your parents. That's so crazy to me that you're that close to my parents. For some reason, I was thinking you were like, but I think I'm thinking of the Christina. Yeah, I've been told to go by Stephen King's house. I am not a Stephen King person. I've never read his books. They freak me out. But it would be really cool to go by his house. Do you still talk to Christina at all? That was Aunt Belle's Ferry 92. Oh, you are really close then. That's crazy. Whale watching whale sounds. I know. I'm really excited. We went to California it was a while ago, and we had the opportunity to do a whale watching tour in California, but we chose to do the Bay tour instead because I was nervous about going out to sea and getting seasick, and I have so many regrets not doing the whale watching one. Yes, but not often enough. Does she quit reselling, right? Like completely. She just kind of like disappeared, and makes me sad that our little group has kind of broken up. I haven't messaged in that group chat. She moved an hour away. That's right, she did move. I remember now. Yeah, I haven't messaged in that group chat in, probably since last year. I think it's like largely dissolved. All right, I'm not going to bother trying to crochet in these legs right now. It's a tomorrow job. Yeah, I don't know. I started to get some weird vibes from that group. A couple people specifically. So I just kind of disappeared. I just started to feel like it was a little bit less genuine, I think, compared to what it was like 2 years ago. But boy, oh boy, what a day. Yeah, I know, it was really fun a while ago. It just kind of, I think when the lives started happening, and I don't know, it kind of just went downhill. I had another group that I got really close with during COVID, and it was like fully internet. We had never met in person, and that group dissolved fairly quickly once the restrictions and stuff were let up from COVID. And I'm like, one of my besties is from that group, but now yeah, there's a lot of complaining now. I don't know. I just feel like I can't really add a whole lot of value to it anymore because I don't really have things to complain about. I have a lot of opinions. I'm not going to say them on here, but it's fine. All right. I think I probably am going to tap out, honestly. I don't think I have the brain power. It's still all about Posh, and I'm not in that world. Yeah, I agree. I am mostly eBay. Like eBay was kind of, I mean, it's really dwindled off now because I've been so focused on this crochet stuff, which is fine. This is where I want to be. Like, this is where I want to direct my energy to. So that whole thing is just kind of really dropped off. But now that I have like a really nice break in the craft shows and stuff, I'm trying to kind of get back into it a little bit more. But it's been kind of a struggle. It's really hard for me to get the motivation just because everything is so slow right now. But I know once I start putting the effort back in, it'll be fine. So, yeah, me too. I feel like us running into each other at Barnes and Noble was kind of it because I feel like before that we didn't really. So it was really nice to get back in touch again. I really do miss that group. That whole group was a lot of fun. I will have to come and see you again. I can't stay away from a Barnes and Noble. I actually have a list of books that I need to buy. So it probably won't be this time I'm in town just because we're not going to have, we're basically going to be in town for like less than 12 hours. But yeah. What? You get a 50% discount? You're lying right now. Am I about to quit my office job and go work for Barnes & Noble to get a discount? That's insane. I would be in so much trouble, though. Do you know how many books I would buy? Oh my gosh. Don't do it. I just recently started going through all of the books I accumulated, and never in my life have I been so overwhelmed by a number. I can't remember how many I actually had. Books in I mean, me too. Except all of my books are currently boxed up in a storage unit. Because I was trying to clean out. Because I was thinking that before we went to Maine, our house would be on the market to sell. So everything is boxed up at the storage unit to clean out a little bit. Because oh, you could be considered a library then. I think technically the cutoff to be considered a library is 1,000. I wasn't quite there, but I was getting there. I do plan when we have a new house, what I really want is like a dedicated office space for me to work from home, but full of books, and then have a dedicated craft room. It's a lot to ask for, but I am so jealous. Kind of. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I have enough books to last me the rest of my life at the current moment. You know what I've recently gotten into, though? I've recently gotten into graphic audiobooks. Oh my gosh, they're so good. The Fourth Wing series, the first part of Onyx Storm just came out like last week, I think. And I had my app remind me when it was available, so I got a copy immediately. Oh my god, it's so good. This is my 4th read through of that series. I love it. Because I read the physical books first, and then I listened to the regular audiobooks, and then I read the physical books again. Oh my gosh. If you like fantasy, it's fantasy and romance. Quite heavy on the romance, but the plot is just like chef's kiss. It's so good. It's my favorite series right now. I'm trying to think of what else. What else have I read? I don't know. I just haven't really been able to like get into books. Like, let me see. Let me look at my that's the other thing. I really want to do like once a month, do like a mystery. Yeah, I remember you telling me that. I am not a horror person. Mystery I'm fine with. Horror is not my jam. I can't do it. I get nightmares. Like I just recently tried to read Red Sparrow by Jason Matthews. I could not get into it. It was a killer. I don't know what it was. I'm trying to think. What else have I read recently? But Red Sparrow is like Russian spies and Iron House by John Hart. Have you read that one? You did buy a bunch from me. I think did you buy my Stephen King or was that somebody else? I don't remember. Iron House by John Hart was a good one. That was kind of like a suspense thriller type. I've read a couple of John Hart's books and they've been quite good. I read too much romance. It's all I could get into, though. I don't know why. You met him? That's cool. Sorry, I'm looking through my Goodreads to see if I had anything else. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of mine are romance books. Like rom-coms or like fantasy. So, okay. I think I'm going to cut this off now. I'm exhausted. We're almost at 4 hours. For my first YouTube live, I feel like that's insane. That's crazy behavior. But it's almost 10 o'clock. So I think we're going to call it. I bought a lot lately, but I find myself crocheting instead. That's why I got into audiobooks, so I could listen to the books at the same time as I'm crocheting. So it's kind of like hitting both spectrums for me. But all right. Yeah, I do both. I'm finally caught up on YouTube. I was like a month behind on watching YouTube. And I finally caught up, so now I can start like switching back and forth between YouTube and audiobooks. So, but anyways, I am absolutely exhausted. So, yeah, I need to go get some sleep. Otherwise, this live tomorrow is going to be a dud fest. It was so lovely to chat with you, though. I'm so glad you came in. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you. And I'm probably going to start doing a couple of YouTube lives, like maybe once or twice a month. But we'll see. It might be a struggle. I used to go live on TikTok, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm really hoping that I can do the same here. Yes, it was a lot of fun. And I got a lot of my pattern finish, which is nice. I might be able to finish it tomorrow before live. But thank you again. I appreciate it. And to everybody else that's hung out. I know there's only 4 of you in here now because you've all dropped off. But thank you so much for hanging out. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, Sarah. It was good to talk to you.